Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We are live.
Oh. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of I Am She. I'm here, I guess. I don't know. You caught me off guard. How y'all doing this morning? How y'all doing this week? How was y'all whole week? Mine was a mess, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Girl, let me tell you, when you mix children, summer camp, and adults together, you liable to get anything.
Wait a minute. So y'all school summer just started for y'all?
Well, it didn't just start, but typically summer camp starts next week, after next week.
Oh, good Lord.
But the program that I work with started a week earlier.
I didn't know you did summer camp.
Yeah, I mean that's typically how teachers get paid during the summertime. That's one of our options that
But
are
you,
children
I,
friendly.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, man, I should have just been a day going school teacher. I'd have been out all day going summer. Good Lord.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want summer vacation. I was thinking about that yesterday when I was a trainer. I said, why we can't have summer vacation like the kids? I don't like nothing about it. And then I got to thinking, I was like, well,
yeah.
I got a lot of teacher friends, and I know most of them be like, they have to find other stuff to do so that they can make money. But I'm like,
hmm
principals get paid more. So do they
Yeah,
work during?
principals get paid. Well, principals and administrators, they work throughout the summer. Teachers typically get off unless they choose to work because you can be put on the 10-month cycle or you could be put on a 12-month cycle. So if you're on a 12-month cycle, they take a portion of your check each pay, and that goes towards your pay over the summer, which is still not enough. It's not enough during the school year, and it's not enough because I know for me, because I'm single, I have no children. I have a business that can offset some of that, but primarily because I'm a black young man, I get taxed heavily. I just got a paycheck, and it was then near $400 and some dollars taken out.
That's my insurance for all them daggone children.
Right, right. That's your sweet spot for having the babies.
All them damn children. That's where I was sitting there doing my deductibles. I said, wait a minute.
Hmm.
$100 and they only go once a year. I might need to look at Medicaid. Let me see what's going on. That
Oh
ain't
yeah,
the
because
best.
you pick.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
um, you don't apply for women. You don't.
Does your job take it out of your check, or do they match your funds?
They take it out of my check, but I have HSA too, so they
Yeah.
took it out of my day go check. But I said, let me go look at some Medicaid because my kids really don't have like any real like health ailments that would cause them to go see. They literally only go once a year just for these daggone school physicals. That's all they go for.
Yeah,
They
but it. I mean,
yeah,
you have one that's a teenager now, right?
right.
So that means possible glasses, and you got the one that want the brace, and the one that want the braces. So those checkups about to start getting, regular. So outside of their physical, which they probably get when they get their shots every year, now they
Right,
gonna have dental and vision, and hopefully nothing else
right.
goes out. But the moment you say, I remember my first adult job at Popeyes. I had my own insurance. Never used it. Literally whole time I started working there. Uh, my because my mother was still buying my glasses, so I ain't had to worry about that. The moment I quit that job, I needed to get braces. I needed to. Did not never use, and I had good insurance because I was a manager at Popeyes. So I had good insurance, and now today I'm paying for insurance, and this shit it's ghetto.
It
It's very
is.
ghetto.
It is. It really is. I don't know.
Black
It
Roses is with us, but when she get back on camera, then I'm gonna let her in.
she
But
know what
yeah,
it's fine.
this
I know she's always. I mean, it's just black roses, so it's fine. But
but yeah, this week has been. So I have a teaching aide. I have a teacher's partner, and then we have a teacher's aide in the room. And she probably watching, but this lady is a lot.
I did summer camp. I did summer camp one time when I first did the youth program, the youth work.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
that was my first one
I,
too.
I don't know if they went off of my grade or how I got assigned to a day.
That was one of your choices. So if it was one of
And
your
my mom
choices,
must have picked that for me. I ain't picked no. I
yeah,
don't even remember what I picked. I think I picked something stupid like go and cook or something because I like to eat.
I knew
She
I
said,
didn't want to work for any city organizations because that meant she was gonna be outside
right.
cleaning up or cutting grass. I didn't want to do that.
I believe my mother picked my choice. So
Yeah,
somehow I ended up doing summer camp for
a
the
church
little church
probably.
off of Pennsylvania
Yep,
Avenue. Yeah, the one off of Pennsylvania Avenue, like right before you get the shake and bake. It's like off on the side. So when you coming down,
I
I think
know.
it's even
Yeah,
before you get to the subway. It's like on that back side, and they got a big old. It's
yeah.
like it might be like a Catholic church if I'm not mistaken. It's a
I
really.
probably was Union Baptist or Bethel and me.
I think it was. It's
Hmm.
literally right there, like right before you get the to skate shake and bake, where it splits, where you can either go down this little side road or you can go straight and keep
Hmm.
on going out.
Yeah, that probably was Bethel and me.
I had
Because
one
the
time,
church was across the street and the community center was across the street from the church.
right.
It was
So
separate. Yeah, that was Bethel.
so I had one child, this little boy. Lord, he gave me hell and high water. I'm trying to tell you that child
Hmm.
terrible. All the rest of the kids was like, and then on top of that, I'm thinking they was gonna give me like a QT grade. I'm thinking they was gonna give me like first grade or even kindergarten. They gave me fourth
Mm-mm.
grade. That's what the hell I'm supposed to be,
Yeah.
is fourth grade.
That was my first real
Right.
job. My aunt had a grocery store. I used to work there, but this was my first job with Youth Works, and they said I chose summer camp because I know I didn't want to do nothing else. And when I said I had the best, that lady still knows me. I had the first lady. Basically, I had to watch out for her children all summer long. Whenever we went on trips or whenever we went to the pool, and if I
It's
watched her son, she'd give me a couple dollars. I remember that lady gave me $400 because
it
I
was
was
fourth.
really young. She gave me
Yeah.
$400 to start high school that year. I
You
worked the summer
good
before I
boy.
started high school. I remember she gave me $400. She gave me all my school supplies, and she gave me some other gift. It was another gift that she gave me. So I would had a smooth summer camp, and I wasn't even in none of the classrooms. I was the
Right.
lunch man. I worked in lunch and I gave snacks. So that was
I had to do. Oh, I had to do a school. I think that's what made me stir away from when I got to college, where everybody else was like, "Oh yeah, I want to be a teacher." I think that's what stirred me away from wanting to be a
that'll
teacher.
do it.
That damn curriculum, because I did not know that you had to make a daggone curriculum. I didn't know we had to
Oh,
do
you
our
mean not a curriculum, but a lesson plan?
yeah, a lesson plan. We had to do our
Yeah.
own lesson plans. We had to actually sit there with them children, be patient for them to learn they daggone arithmetic
Hmm.
stuff like that. And they literally gave you like you were really in school. Like you had to go
Hmm.
over arithmetic, you had to go over reading, you had to go over like it literally like you was in school. And I'm like, I ain't never taught a day in my life. I don't know what I'm doing. And then at the end of the
Mm.
camp, they made it like a school because at the end of the camp we had a show. We had to put on a show
Yeah.
for the parents
Yeah.
to come out. And I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do? I don't know nothing about
That's
these
it.
children.
Because I
They
think
say,
in our age range, I think summer camp was a little bit different. They did some literacy, but they didn't go into full classes. But summer
right.
camps in today's world is really like lessons. But that's just how a lot of the summer camps try to extend your education so you're ready for the next grade. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what it was. That's what it seemed like. It was preparing them to go to the next grade. But Lord, that stirred me away from teaching. I was like, yeah, no, I don't ever want to do this again. I want to, because I was only 14. Like, what the hell am I
yeah.
supposed to know? These daggone kids. I'm 14 years old. Y'all, it's like I'm a real teacher. Like, we had
Yeah.
to go with them to lunch and take them out for recess and all. I'm like, give me a
Hmm.
grade. Give me fourth graders. And that little
When
boy
I
was
that summer I
dead.
started that youth work program. My mother was a teacher. She started working at my elementary school. So I knew I said I'm gonna just let everybody pick the outside roles and gym teacher. I let all the other youth workers pick them, and I stuck with the first lady's sister was in the kitchen, and I said I'm gonna make friends with her because I want that position because
Right.
you just chilling for most of the day and you gotta get ready for the breakfast and lunch. And whenever we went on trips, we was in charge of the. When I say I had the time of my life, I got to eat whenever I wanted to. I chilled for most of the day, gave out snacks, and I got
You know
me a couple
my best time
every time we
was
went on a trip, she gave me a couple dollars so I would look out for her two sons, and I was cool. I
my
was
best time
cool.
was Fridays when I got paid. I ain't getting no other time.
And you know what? And here in Baltimore, we don't even do Fridays. We do
But I
Mondays
got
through
paid.
Thursdays now.
But I got paid on Fridays. That was my
Yep,
best time when I
yep.
saw my little check. I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting ready to go shopping. I'm getting ready to go do something. But them daggone kids, I said I will never in my life be a teacher
You would be a
because
good
that
teacher, though. I
boy.
think
It
you
was
would be
one little
good.
boy that kept pressing. I wouldn't. I don't like other people's kids. I don't barely like my own.
But
I
see,
said
they
I'm not.
shouldn't at 14. They should have not given you. They should have gave you like pre-K or
It, right.
first grade.
It more than one. It was a couple of us. It was all girls, but it was a couple of us though, and we was all the same
Mm.
age. I don't know if that was when they first started. I don't know when they started youth works.
We not that old. They've had youth work for. We not that old. It was going on
So I
before we
don't know.
became.
I don't know why
Like
they
my
gave me
aunts and
youth work.
uncles did youth work, so
Did
it
they do
was.
they look at the grades and stuff when you? I don't remember. Did they look at your grades? I don't
No,
know why
it's
they
just
gave
you
me
have to
fourth grade.
sign up. No, you
I
have
don't
to
know why
sign
they
up.
gave me these badass fourth graders. You making me go back. I'm
Well,
having
you like you
right
said, your
now.
mother filled out your application, but she may have put on there to work with children because the other positions was like the city office, and that meant you was gonna be working with Parks and Recreation, and I was like, nope, I'm not gonna be outside getting all dark and tan. Nope. Or you could do like clerical work. They had a
Yeah,
couple different
I would have been
like
good with
types of
clerical work.
positions.
I would have
Yeah,
been good with clerical work. I love
but
clerical
you
work.
would have been bored though. You would have been bored. You would have been bored.
not with that badass. It's this little boy. It's just he just resonating in the back of my head. That one little boy, that one child. I can't remember his name,
She would have been a whole teacher, Black Roses. That
but
one
just that
child.
one child just resonating in my head. He was bad. He literally kept like lunchtime. I don't want this. I'm like, well, what the hell are you supposed to do? I'm not getting ready to go get you something lunch. He run around. He like, and now that I think about it, and I think about my own experience as a parent, he may have had something going on that nobody necessarily knew. Like now we know like kids that have ADHD,
Hmm.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it and the way he acts, he probably had ADHD, but nobody told me that. They just told me these kids
Well,
is
at
some of
that
them
time, it wasn't
had
really a
right.
lot
That's
of
what I'm
that
saying.
being
Now that I
called
think
that.
about it.
They were disfiguring a lot of that stuff out. So he was just a behavioral problem at that point.
Right. He was a behavioral.
Yeah.
I think his name was Roger, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was his
Mm.
name.
That
Oh, bad,
sounds like a badass kid.
bad little boy. That
It
boy
sounds
That
like
bad.
her
sounds
cousin.
I found him. I used to find him hiding behind the damn. So they would bring all the classes at a certain time. For some reason, they would bring us into the middle and turn it into like sections. Like it almost was like a cafeteria, but it had a stage in the front
hmm
part. And one
Yeah.
day I found his ass hiding behind the damn curtains behind the stage. This little boy was bad as fuck.
Did you have a teaching partner?
No, I told you they
Oh
gave each of us
wow.
one class. Each of us
That
had
was a ghetto
separate grades.
school.
Each of us had a grade to our own. So I had fourth, another girl had fifth, another girl had third. Each of us had
Oh, they
our
was
own
wrong
grade
for
to
that.
ourselves.
They
And
were
I was
supposed to match y'all up with an actual teacher. They
I
was
didn't
using
have
free
no
labor.
anybody.
That was free labor for them because they were not paying for y'all to be there.
They
Because
I
was.
didn't have
nonprofits don't pay for
nobody.
you
I
first.
remember every now and then seeing some of the sisters from or like nuns dressed up. I remember seeing
Hmm.
them like passing but not helping us. We was on our own.
Mm.
I wasn't had no damn body. I was on my own. But
Ah,
moving on, because you making me go back and then I'm get mad off.
but that's imagine my week. Like the children are great. It's the adults, and then
The adult
yeah, they be just
and
doing too
parents.
much. They be
Yeah.
doing, but
Well,
luckily we only go Monday through Thursday now, so we don't even go on Fridays.
my issue is all right. So y'all know I started my first training, my first week of training in the mortgage department. I like it. I understand everything about mortgage, which is why I don't understand why. Like a lot of people had told me, like my last week, they told me they was like, "Oh, everybody that went to mortgage came back." I'm like, it ain't that dang going bad, but I
Because
got there.
it's considered sales, and everybody's not good at
No,
sales.
not on my side. It's not on
What
my
do
Well, I
you
side.
do
mean,
exactly? So what are you gonna be doing?
I don't do no sales. I take payments. I deal with escrow. I deal with delinquency, stuff like that, foreclosures, stuff like that. I don't
hmm
do
Oh, so you
none of
deal
that
with like
selling.
people paying on their mortgage or people who ain't been paying on their mortgage.
Right, stuff like that. It's so
Oh,
I'm
okay. So
only in
you
my
deal with
first
the more
module.
financial part. You do
Yeah,
it
the
more
financial
financial.
part. Yeah.
hmm
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
but everybody was like, "Oh, it's hard, it's hard." I didn't got into it, and I'm literally just sitting there bored because I'm like, "This is easy, self-explanatory." So what irritates me is that please don't be mad at me when I say it in this manner. Y'all ever went into a or worked in a place where y'all have elderly people, not elderly, but like up there in age, like 60 and over,
hmm
and they working the
Mm-hmm.
same job as you. So it takes them a little longer to catch it. So now I'm
hmm
sitting in this class and they keep asking the same question over and over. Now the older people that are in my training course, they actually in New York, in Delaware. So they are actually in the building,
hmm
sitting beside each other now. And on top of that, they sitting beside each other because you can hear them talking when the other one has the camera on. You can hear them talking. They sit beside each other. So if Ann heard it and Ann just asked this question, Joanne gonna turn around and ask the same question but in a different way. Like y'all sitting right here beside each other. If y'all don't come on so we can move on to the next.
Well, you know what the bad part about
Right.
these workshops and professional developments, they're not teachers. So the people who facilitate those trainings are not teachers.
They
They
only know how
are
to do their job to their
right.
capacity.
Exactly. They are leaders in what they do. That doesn't make you a teacher. So when you're not a teacher, you don't know how to address people's learning styles. And I know I
You
talk a
heard
lot about learning styles,
you
but
when
it's
you
very
said that.
important.
Yes,
When
teacher.
you said that and you put it like that, I
Mhm.
understand that. But literally, he just said it three. He just said it three times, three different ways, and then you want to turn around. Here's my issue. Joanne, if you sitting beside Ann and you heard Ann, go over there to Ann and say, "This is how you do it." Don't have Ann asking the same question. Joanne asked the same question. Like, go help
How
her. You
long is
sitting
y'all
right
training?
beside her. 6 weeks. But you
And see, this virtual and that virtual world is not for everybody.
Are they gonna
I'm, I,
also be virtual too, or they just gonna be in office?
so they're hybrid. The people that go in office only go in for 2 days out the week, but you have
mm,
to be within a distance of one of like the MNTs. You have to be like, I think it's like, if you're within 30 distance or less, you have to
30
be
miles.
30 miles. I'm sorry, 30 miles or less. You have to be hybrid for at least 2 days. But y'all, it's not even, that's just X out the virtual and the remote, because they're in an office where people already working in mortgage, so it's people around them that know the stuff, so they can come and help them. We on our own, sitting in our room
mhm.
or in our little office space. So you would think that we would be asking the most questions. I just get irritated because I be like, can we just please move on? And the poor trainer, I don't know how much stuff he has to saying when somebody asks a question that he don't know. he said, that's a very good question. I'm gonna go, let me table this. So I told my other coworker, we have this little secret chat thing that we talk in. I told her, I said, boy, his table must be full because he's tabling a lot of questions.
But that's one of the that's something I've always noticed. And in taking professional developments, the person leading it is not always a teacher. So it's really hard for them to like stuff like that. You need to say either what he's doing is he
I
doesn't
think
know,
he
or
no,
he's trying to get through it and
I think
not be
he's new
bombarded with their
to
questions.
I think he's new to being a trainer because
Right.
originally when we came in, we started with a younger girl, and she knew everything. She was on it. You asked her a question, pop, 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 she was on it. But she said
Yeah.
that's what she started off at. She started off in mortgage when she came to M&T, and she moved
Okay.
over to a trainer. So she came in for the first 3 days, and she like, pop, pop, any question you had, okay, da 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 da. Any question you had, he's like, that's a very good question. Let me table it and
But
I'll
you know
come back.
what? In the banking system, people who would typically do so much better in the banking world don't get hired because they may not have the best credit, or they have things that would disqualify them from getting the job, but they would typically do a better job than the people that they actually hire.
So
Who
they
just
really don't hire you based off your credit?
yeah,
No,
because
they
that's
don't.
things just like some government jobs.
Like, who told you that? Because when I came in,
Let
baby,
me tell you something about.
Well,
I'm
that's
finna
how.
quit.
Well, I'm gonna say that's how Bank of America used to do. Bank of America, because remember you had to go through each
Look,
one of
oh
those
my God.
levels.
yeah, when I first came in, no. My stuff was messed up. It took me to now to start getting my little
Did
things
you
in
have a
order.
lot
But
of
no,
debt though? You had a lot of debt. But see,
a
and
lot.
well, it may have changed.
I
Well, I
had
remember
it within the
applying for a
year.
bank years ago. Like when I was a teenager, I applied for a bank, and the lady told me, she said, if you got a lot of stuff on your credit, and I had at the time, I was the person who had good credit, who got bad credit, because my good credit got everybody I work with a cell phone from
Mm,
Sprint, and
mm.
none of them paid their bills. So I had horrible credit by the time I was 21 because
Yeah,
I
no,
had gotten so many
'cause
people a cell phone.
I literally just paid off all of my credit this year, and I've been with M&T for a year now. I've been with M&T since February of last year. I literally just paid all my credit and took care of all my credit this year. But
Hmm.
no, I guess it just depends. Or it could have been when I first came on. when I first came on, it was still the pandemic. And I think everybody's working from home, which I think the way they said it was that they lost a lot of people, or they had so many, like
Mm,
so many people that they had to recruit. So
yeah,
I think that's where the credit
they probably
now.
was laxed on a lot of
Right.
the
So
rules.
now going in, they may go back to, like you said, it may possibly go back to that, because you got to think about it. People, like you said, if you think in certain instances, people that have like bad credit and stuff, they probably look at it like, oh, they more of a chance to steal and or something like that.
Yeah,
But
well, that's
I'm
what that's
already,
look like. I remember working at
I'm already,
HR, and that's one of the things. If when they were doing credit checks heavy with people, that's what
right,
one of the things. Anything you're dealing with money and you have bad credit, that's considered a what they call it, a high risk,
right,
because
right.
either you're not going to be which is not good, because I remember I applied for Horseshoe Casino, and I didn't get the job, not because my credit wasn't good, but because I owed copping money.
Mm.
So because you owe, and I never understand some of those financial institutions when they do stuff like that. Like, I need a job to be able to fix this stuff.
Fix it,
So
right? Be able to pay
right,
your loans
why
off.
not just give me the job and take a portion of my check or something, or something
Right,
like that? But not giving somebody a job is almost criminalizing debt, which has
right,
always been crazy to me. But
right. But I learned a lot of good stuff this week. I learned way more because, as I told y'all, like the beginning of the year,
hmm
is the financial point that me and David are at, where we're looking to buy a house by next year. So we have been preparing everything. And I'm actually learning a lot more from where everybody that's already purchased a home is telling me, like, oh, you need to do this, you need to go FHA, you need to do this. I'm learning a lot. And from what I'm learning, FHA don't seem to be the way to go. It seems like they got a lot of restrictions from what I learned within this first week. I'm like, let me take. I'm
Yeah,
like,
so I'm
I'm
okay.
like,
Let me
yes,
see if
let
what
me
I know about
table
FHA
this.
is true. So I know that with FHA you can have at least a 580 or a 620, a 580.
But no, because the lady, no. It's a I think it
620.
went up six. No, it went up. Well, I guess it depends on the state. Because from what I
Yeah,
yeah,
was told, it was six seventy
because I
four.
think for Maryland you can have at least a 580.
From what I
hmm
was told here, when we went to go see the mortgage lady, she said she can get you an FHA, but if she preferred to go at least a
right.
674 or higher to get you the best type of, loan for
Because you have the higher it is, the less money you would have to
To pay
contribute.
down.
right.
Yeah.
hmm
But
But
You have to
okay,
contribute up front.
so with okay, so say if you got a 620, right? It's only 3% down, but um
yeah,
it's only 3% down, but something. But it's a conventional loan that you get
no,
or unconventional.
FHA and a conventional loan is the same.
Okay,
hmm
it's two different things. Okay, all right. Okay. So what else about FHA?
So
Let
I
me
learned.
put let me put KD's cash app up here, because all this free advice she about to give out in life.
Right.
Soon as somebody find out she do mortgages. So if I put 21% down,
I
she
think an
about to
FHA loan is just fine because ain't nobody just got no $10,000 laying around in their house
Now it
unless you
is,
ain't paying
but
no
it is
bills
when you
nowhere.
if you are a first home buyer, it is. But what I would say is really ask those detailed questions. The only
Yes.
reason I say that is because we did a example call, and FHA. I don't know, a lot of what they were saying is it's a life of the loan type loan. So basically, like like say, so my mother and them, they didn't get FHA because it's not their first house. I don't know. I want to say maybe they got a conventional loan. I don't know specifically what. So they were able to still borrow against their home. With FHA, you can't do that. You
equity.
finance to get
Yeah,
you the
you
whole.
can borrow against your equity.
Yeah, you can't. So that's that's one
Yeah,
of the
with
things. Because
FHA
what
you can't do
happened
that because you
was
ain't got no money. You ain't got no
right.
nothing.
That's what I'm saying. And a lady did that. That's what she did. She went and sat there. She had an FHA. This fool and had the people come out there and started digging the pool and put a carport. And then she called after they had already started. It was like, yeah, I'm trying to find out some information because the people that already dig for the pool. Well, why would you allow them to come in and dig for the pool
You
knowing that
can't
you
do that with
might?
an FHA loan because you gotta,
Because, but see,
you
But
you
see,
gotta,
have,
they had
you
already
gotta.
started digging.
but see,
So
the
now she had
company told the company
to
may have asked her, was this her first home? And all she had to do, they probably didn't ask her about
And
the
all she
FHA.
probably had to say
They
was no.
probably, right, they probably didn't know about the FHA rules or restrictions. Like
well,
they probably said, well, let's just get this started and we can
right.
handle that. So
So
she
wait,
can
with
But
an
owe them
FHA loan, you
regardless.
can't have a pool.
No,
no,
you just
so
don't
you
have the money to borrow to get
borrow
that
against,
pool.
yeah, the borrow against. So she has to
Then,
read. They told her she would have to go back in and do like a refinance.
yeah,
And
which is
everybody
going to
know what
cost them
a refinance is.
more.
Basically, you starting all over again when you
Well,
refinance.
it's okay, but she's now going to probably have a higher interest rate and all that.
Mhm.
So I've
Escrow
been
gonna
through
go
that
up.
before.
Her escrow gonna go up. All that stuff.
So
Um,
all this stuff happened to me before the big crash that we had years ago. I bought a house when I was like way too young. I was 21, about to be 22, and I basically fell victim to one of those flips where they just made the house look good,
Yeah.
and that happened to me. So I ended up
where's you
not
guys?
having anything. Say it again.
Where you bought your Where you bought your house at?
I had a house right on Bateman Avenue off of
Oh,
Hilton.
because my brother did one of those flips. The one that passed away, he did a flip, but
Hmm.
his house was off the road. He did one of those quick and
Oh,
flip.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
I was
sorry.
no, I was trying to see, make sure it wasn't you that bought his house.
Right, exactly. Well, that's what happened. So my dad left the house, and I sold them that house, and that was my down payment.
Mm.
But I didn't know that I did not have enough equity in my home to pay for what then turned into a catastrophe because the houses look pretty, but
Right.
the pipes were old, and then the pipe wound up. I had a bathroom right next to my kitchen. It was a really nice house, but they just put some nice paint on the wall and some crown molding and made it look real pretty. They
Hmm.
basically did some. The man said they did a lot of cosmetic
Cosmetic. I was gonna say.
That's
band-aid.
how I feel about my stepfather house. Like my stepfather
Hmm.
sold his house. Mr. Dave ended up selling his house that we over there by Moravia.
Hmm.
So that house already was like fucked up,
Yeah.
right? So he sold the house, and now Jake, like I'm gonna say like a month or maybe 2 months after he done sold
Yeah.
the house, it looked good as shit. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I know the plumbing is fucked. I know the electricity is fucked. How
Yeah.
did y'all did a lot of cosmetic shit, and I feel like
Cosmetics on the
and
house.
they look good, and I know they're gonna sell that house now for at least 300,000. And
Yep.
I know for sure that that house is very old. I know
Because
that the electricity is tore up. I
Hmm.
so
know that the
my
plumbing is not good because it didn't have
Yep.
any running water in the kitchen. It
Oh
didn't have any
Lord.
running. Only place it had running water was the bathroom. The
so
kitchen
Randy
didn't have
bought
running
his
water.
house.
The lights was messed up. It was a lot of damage in that house. The roof had fell in after a while. Like it was a lot. The house was
That's
abandoned for
what
a
happened.
very long time. Huh?
That's what happened to Randy. So he bought his house. He only bought his house for only 8,000. That's how much he bought the house on Huffle
Hmm.
Road for 8,000. You know how much his house sold for? And all it was cosmetic. He literally went in and he fixed the shower real. Because when he bought that house, he did stay in it for a while, and you could barely walk on the floor. You was walking through holes where you could see down to the basement. If you upstairs, you
Hmm.
can see. If you go in like certain rooms, you can see down in the living room, down in the kitchen. Like it was holes all in the floor, everything. He bought the house for 8,000. Sold the house to be able to purchase his new house. I think they gave him like 187,000 for the house because
Yep.
he did
Yep.
cosmetics. He did cosmetics and he
Yep.
flipped it.
And they probably use and so now when that's why I waited this long to even buy another house because I don't trust a lot of the homes in the city because they've done this. I mean, they do them all over, but specifically in the city, they have a lot of flips and people
Mm.
will get in there and put a band-aid on problems. And when I remember living in a house for a year and a half, and literally a year and a half to the day I got the house, the
Cause my
pipe
brother
burst.
called.
And then one thing after another started happening with the house.
Cause
And it was
he told
mainly
me
the
when
plumbing.
they started doing them flip with him and all his friends, all his little friends, he
Hmm.
had told all his friends about how to, do the flip. And he
Yeah.
called me, asked me if I wanted to put money down. I regret not putting money into it, but I didn't think it was. I was
Girl,
like,
you will get sued
I'm not a
if
risk.
they get the right lawyer.
That's why I'm not a risky person. So to me, I just felt
Mm-mm.
like my brother had some scamming stuff with him. Not scamming like people, but you know what I'm saying? Like he knew how
He
to put
scammed the
stuff
right people. He scammed the right
right.
people, and I like that about him.
Yeah, but a lot,
But
like for me, at a young age, that messed up my credit at a very young age because I wound up having to do a short sale, which meant I didn't make
we learned
anything.
about that shit. Mm-hmm.
So I wound up when you do a short sale, it's typically you're trying to sell the house before it goes into foreclosure. And
Mm-hmm.
you don't want it because I had to pay so much money because I was so young and didn't have a lot of established credit. All I had was just a lot of savings and
Right.
a little drug dealer on the side, but don't tell nobody. But
You just told everybody. What the hell?
just a little drug dealer on the side. But they
You just
can't
told
prove that now. They can't. The house already been sold. But I want when you do a short sale, you wind up losing any money. Like when you sell a house, you at least can make a profit, or you'll get to keep money. I didn't get to keep any money because I had to pay all that money to the various vendors in the mortgage company. But that it was a flip, and what happened was they used their own like people, the person who came in and appraised. Now I know,
Yep.
get your own appraiser. Do not
Yep.
use the same appraiser that these people who are selling you the house because they're going to
Yep.
put a value on the house based off of what
Because that boy
these
knew
people want.
everybody. That
Right,
new
because they
boy
getting a cut from
everybody.
that. They getting a cut from that sale themselves. So get
He
your
had
own appraiser.
electricity. He
Mm-hmm.
had electricity and water while he was in the house fixing it up. He had electricity and water, never had a water bill or electricity bill.
Yeah, because it
He
probably was hooked up to the people around them.
knew
The
he
people
knew
near that house
everybody.
was right. The people around the house was paying his water and
He
electricity bill.
every freaking body, baby. He
Mm-hmm.
every freaking thing. And he did that daggone flip. When he came back and told me that daggone house that he only put 8,000 into, sold for 180. I said, wait the motherfucker. I should have invested because he called
And
me as
it's
soon as tax time come was like, come
yep.
on, just try it. I was like, no, I'm not as risky as my brother. I ain't willing to do that.
And
So all his
unless
friends,
you can prove that the appraiser and the inspector are all in it together, unless you can prove that, because that's one of the things I could not. It was no way for me to prove that all those people work together, unless you can approve and uh, prove that those people were in cahoots together. You just lost out. You
you
lost.
just love.
And a lot of people during that crash, that's why a lot of people lost their homes because they had bought one of those flipped houses and wound up having to pay so much money and getting stuff fixed and because when you own a house, that's all on you. Unless
Right.
you hire a management company to come in and manage your property for you, like to be your maintenance person, it's all on you. And I was at 22, I was like, what all these bills was coming in, all this. I didn't know what to do.
Well,
What to
that's
do.
one thing that my mom did tell me coming down here is that, which I don't understand. Well, no, I'm not gonna say I don't understand why Baltimore don't do it. I know why Baltimore don't do it. Everybody in Baltimore City within the politics of stealing, but they literally like every corner you go to, they building a house, they building a house, they building a house, they building a house, they building a house. So she was like, it's better just to instead of buying a house that's already been built. Because when I sit with her and talk to like her neighbors and stuff, I I noticed that one thing I'm constantly hearing is remodel, remodel, remodel. I got to get this done. I got to get this
Updating
the
stuff.
roof done. This has to
Hmm.
be done. This has to be done. She was like, from what I've been down here. My mother told me for 3 years of being down here. What I learned, what I will tell you and David, is it when y'all get to the process of going into to buy a house, look for a new construction. Look for a new construction, or just go to pay to get it built, because it costs about the same to pay to get it built down here. It costs about the same as a new construction.
Yeah.
They only paid 198. My mother and them to get their house built. They paid 198,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And then
built.
on top of that, on top of them getting it built, all of their warranties are so much better
That's
than
how
if
she
you buy
like.
something, because typically you're dealing with the warranties of the people who had it before you.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what she told me. She said the best thing to do down here is just find a new construction. Find something. If you see something, go find out what company is building it, or you can go through, the company that we use, because they're always building things. And everybody keeps saying Seagate. It seems to be the better place. Like if you want to buy like a new construction, or you want to wait for them to build your house, it's better. Like that's what she told me, because of the warranties. Everything is more up to date, more new. You ain't got to worry about all this remodeling. I got to get the roof
Or
fixed, or the
seeing if
plumbing
this is
done.
covered, and
Yeah,
typically you're like, if it's a warranty, like your roof warranty, I think that's one of the only things that transfer in ownership. But even with that, if it's been 20 years already, or it's an outdated warranty, you may not get the same warranty that the house has already had. But it's
hmm,
just, it is, I mean, and that goes into where we are now with even the renter side of it. Now the
hmm,
renters are having to pay for a lot of the mistakes that the owners have made.
right.
So that's why, I mean, on top of their being greedy, you have people who are selling pieces of shit apartments, not even a house, piece of shit apartments
Hmm.
for what people are paying in mortgage. So not only am I paying your mortgage, not only are you making a profit, but you're making two and three profits off of me.
Right.
Your property may be only worth $40,000, $50,000.
Hmm.
But I'd have paid that. I know in the 10 years that I've
You
lived in this
pay
house,
that
I paid
time.
the mortgage on this place a couple times.
Right, times. That's what I agree saying. That's exactly
Hmm.
right. If you see them duplexes, if you come down here and you see them duplexes, more than likely the owner lives on the other side of one of those duplexes. That's what a lot of people are coming down here from
Hmm.
up to. That's what they're doing. They're turning their houses into duplexes. They're living on one side, and they're having a tenant on the other side with the same amount of money,
Paying for
paying for the whole
everything.
thing overall. Yep.
And that, you know what, for me, that's not an issue. But the prices, because now not only do they want to live for free, but they want money in their pocket on top of that.
Right.
So you are paying their mortgage and your rent and their utilities, plus you're affording them whatever lifestyle. And it's not even about it being fair, but it's affecting people who can't afford it.
Afford it. That's
Like
true.
fucking me, a school teacher, artist.
That's
Like,
true. That's one
where are
thing.
we supposed to live?
Right. And that's one thing to me. And going back to like one of the topics we talked about with the inflation, that's what David was saying something about that. He was like, when you think about it, he was like, we never going, like it's never going to be to a point where we back on top. He was like, I read something on the Great Depression. He said, and they were saying something. How did he put it? He said, and during the Great Depression, they considered 88,000 a year back then during the Great Compression.
Oh, that
Great
was like
Depression.
being a millionaire.
Yeah, that's what he said. That was like being a daggone millionaire. And he said, and we are making, even making 88, so 88,000 right now, even 100,000, you still not making enough.
No, no,
You still
no.
not making enough. Even in that, everybody keep talking about six figure, six figure, six figure, but even in that six figure bracket, we are still not gonna, never gonna come on top. Like we're not gonna come
And
out
check
on
this
top.
out. So now, in me looking at Black Roses, you just went through this. They're asking you, not only do you have to have the good credit and the good job, but you got to make per month
Three
three
times the rent.
times, three times the
3 times.
amount of the rent.
So if my rent is
Somebody
thirteen
put
hundred
something on.
dollars, I gotta make three times the
You got to
thirteen
make
hundred.
at
That is
least about
$3,900. Who the hell do you
basically.
think is
Somebody
making
told.
$3,900 a month?
Somebody put on Instagram. They said I'm getting tired of these daggone leasing off. They said I'm getting tired of the leasing office. Keep telling me I gotta make three times, three times the rent when they ain't even making it. They in the lease.
And
And they
that's
ain't even making
yeah,
it. And they not. And they not. They're
they
not.
not. They not
Some of
right.
these people that live in, but the thing is, some of these people that work in the leasing offices
They live
are
there.
now living in the
They are sure
buildings that
do.
they're
Yeah,
leasing.
that's why
They're
so many
living
people are
there
working that
because
shit.
they can't
I was
afford.
looking for
They
me a
can't afford
job.
unless they can't afford to live nowhere fucking else. Nowhere.
Yeah, I'm looking for a leasing agent job.
I
They
don't
got them
understand
all.
how these
Listen, they have
people.
a whole bunch of them on Indeed. That's all that keep flooding my That's all that keep flooding my
Maintenance
my
man
emails is property manager, property manager,
out
property
in
manager.
where I used to live at out in Middle River. One of I didn't even know the whole time we was living across one of the ladies that was a property manager for one of the properties through the actual leasing company that we were leasing through. And I it didn't dawn on me because she was the one who used to always call the police and snitch on people. Like she almost got beat up a couple times, but she would always come, call the police, call the police, call the police. And it wasn't even like things were happening for her to call. Like somebody was just like she heard gunshots and stuff. She literally would sit in her window and look out the window, or have her son who was like a little bit down, like down, like special a little bit. She would have him go out there
Hmm.
and stand near the mailbox, like he getting mail, just so she could report stuff. And then I overheard her when the police came for my next door neighbor. Y'all, we ain't live. I promise y'all, I ain't live no bad neighborhood. Our next door
Yeah, but
neighbor,
that's
he's
just a
crazy.
life now.
But
That's just the way people living now.
she called the
It
police
is,
on him, and
unfortunately.
I heard her say she was a property manager, but at one of the other properties, I believe it was like in Essex. And I said, I never knew that's what she was. I thought she was just living because she had been living there. They said when we moved and she had been living there. One of my neighbors when we first moved in said she had been living there like years before we even came. And I'm like, how is she just still staying in this one place? She got all these people living in there because it was the townhouse only go up to 3 rooms. You got hella people living in this daggone house, and I'm like, ain't nobody noticed that she ain't. People keep reporting her that she keep doing stuff. Her son is out there watching little kids and stuff, and she still ain't got put out. But every time she called, something happened to the person that she
He
called
probably was
on.
renting out rooms, making extra money.
But she
Mm-hmm.
was a property man, and then the maintenance guy that would come and do nothing. He would come and stare at the light. I tell him my light broke. He would come and, oh, that's just we don't do that anymore. That's an old model, nigga. How many old models is in my house? Because at this point,
All of
you
them.
I remember they told me
Not we
one
don't
time
do
they
that no
said your
more. We don't change them light bulbs no
right.
more.
They told me
What time am
You
I
gotta
supposed
buy
to
your
get
own light
light?
bulb.
Right.
They
And they
told me
probably
my
don't make them
daggone
no more.
microwave didn't come with the house no more. Oh, this is an old model. I said, well, how old is this model? Because I moved in 3 years ago, and the girl told me when I moved in, this was the newest model. This was an updated model. Now you telling me you can't replace my
Yeah,
microwave?
our warranty for that is gone, so I don't know what to tell you.
I want to expire
I
30
said, I
days
tell
after
you
your lease,
what.
honey. I'm
I said,
sorry.
I tell you what. I said, that's your word. Your word is that this does not come with the places anymore.
Yeah.
So your word is that you can't do nothing about it. I tell you what, I bet you there's microwave coming out when
And
I
you
do
know what the
something about
sad
it.
thing here is? Like those Middle River, Dundalk, Essex, that's where I've been able to find stuff within a decent price range.
Right.
Hey, that's
But
why you gonna get what
I
you gonna
can't.
get.
I refuse to move out there because the commute is crazy.
It
I
is.
refuse. You can't pay
It
me
is.
to move out no my. You can't pay me to move out no fucking Essex. No,
Essex,
no,
Mm.
I would never stay
no.
in Essex. Middle River, I'm good with Middle River.
I
I
don't
can
even want to stay in
honestly
Middle River.
say
I don't even want to
Middle
stay in
River
Middle
is
River. I'm
pretty
good.
is
I'm
okay.
good.
Yeah, my cousin has a place out. I believe that's Middle River or Dundalk. She has a place out there, and it's a nice community. It's a gated community. It's a
Mhm.
little hood, but her apartment is
Yeah,
nice.
it's a are you talking about the one that's on with the water on the backside where you can see the
Yeah,
bridge?
yeah.
My brother, his baby mother, and her mother, they live out there. I know exactly what you're
Hmm.
talking about because we went out there quite a few times for birthday parties. They got a pool.
Yeah, it's a nice community.
I know what you're talking
But
about.
I
It is, but
refuse.
it's hood.
It takes
It's
like
hood. It's a
45
hood
minutes to get
traffic place.
there.
I know exactly
I
what you're
might as
talking
well
about.
live
It's
in
nice though,
DC or
right?
PG or something. If that's the case,
Right.
I
I
might as well
was
go
really
find
hoping.
something off the Mark train line or something.
Now, imagine that times being out here. Out here, Lord Jesus, you ain't gonna find nothing under $200,000 for rent.
it's just too much. Like
It's too much.
I want to go and I'm gonna go to an event and I'm gonna push up on Brandon and like what the fuck is going on? Like
It's
I'm gonna be on a list
the
somewhere
whole
because
United
I
Do
States.
just
y'all feel like
right.
they trying to push?
It's
Do y'all
everywhere
feel
in the
like the
United
reason
States
for
because
the rent going
even
up?
in the country places and places like Atlanta and you got places like fucking
Yeah,
Mississippi, the rent is going up sky fucking high.
yeah,
The
It
rent
is
is
because
yeah,
ridiculous everywhere.
Atlanta and
yeah.
Texas used to be the place to go to actually be able to afford Atlanta
Baby, they
and Texas.
full. They is
They
full. They can't take no more
But
people.
that's if you wanted to. But there's a difference. That's if you want to buy property. The
They
property
are full.
value
Atlanta and Texas is full. Ain't nobody going there no more. They full.
they still going there because the rental market
I ain't even gonna
is
lie. I really
getting
want to move to
skyrocketed.
Houston. I ain't even gonna lie. I really want to move to
It's too
Houston.
high. It's too high. It's too
I
high.
love
It's
it.
too
You know
high.
I love it.
I
used
want to
to
move to
always
New
want to see.
Orleans. I
I
want to
want to get
move to
the
New
fuck away
Orleans.
from snow, and I want to get the fuck away from Baltimore.
Not that much because that heat
Always
is
on the
on.
shade room.
That heat is on hell. I can't.
I want to get the
I
fuck
can't do
away from
Houston.
Baltimore.
Houston always on the shade room. Somebody getting shot. Always
I
in
want to
Houston.
go to
Yeah,
Houston so bad.
I don't got nothing to do with Houston. They
you
always
don't want to
Shit,
go to
Baltimore always
Houston.
on the shade room now. Hell, I'm so
they
sick and tired of
Every
Baltimore.
major black city is now getting it, but it's just it's so frustrating to me because I've talked to so many people and like I had to so you have to know the renters laws in your city when you're looking for
Mhm.
rental properties. And I don't know how many people I've told that their practices are illegal. Like you can't say you want a certain like they'll say we want Micah and John Hopkins students or Micah and John Hopkins grads or women only. All that is against the law.
is.
That's discrimination.
With
It's discrimination.
discrimination, and it's called I think it's called my friend is in real estate, it's called guiding or shifting or something because
Yeah,
you only
shifting.
are looking yeah
Mm,
is looking
they
for
shifting.
a certain type of person
Right.
to live in
Get
That's
your
over
dwelling.
on.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
learned that in banking actually. That's where I learned that what shifting is like as
shifting,
shifting
yeah,
advertisement in the
yeah,
market, like the rental market, the
yeah.
like the buyer's market. I learned that is illegal. You're right.
It's illegal.
Or
It's
like
illegal to
shift
do
it
it, but
to a
you'll have them like
minority, like a
yeah, yeah.
minority.
Like it's
That's
illegal for like if you Hispanic and you put your post in all
In
Spanish,
Spanish, yeah.
that's illegal.
it is.
It's
Yes.
all of it is and it's really like I'm trying to understand where do they want black people to move to?
Nowhere. We're gonna try
Where are
to go
we
back to
supposed to
Africa.
live?
We're
Right,
gonna
where
try
are
to go
we
back to
supposed to live?
Africa.
It's so they don't want us.
You're
Want to
right.
visit
Even
Africa,
Africa don't want us. Black Americans got it
but
hard. We got it
Right.
hard. We got it hard. Like
but
even
it's
Africa
crazy.
don't want us.
Like
You ain't
you
lying.
know what
But did you see that
my issue
Kenya
is them
is
always.
Kenya is allowing people to move there off of free visas? Like you don't have to pay or nothing or some shit like that. You
It's
can
not
move to
I don't
Kenya.
I part of that is and I visited there before, it's not ready for us because they are scamming. And I'm
Oh
not
my
saying
God, left and
like
right.
if you go over there, like the cost of stuff, simply because you're American, you're gonna pay more.
And they can
Simply
we was
because
talking about this at work yesterday how about traveling to other countries and they know you're a tourist or they know you're
mhm,
not from there and
yep,
they will literally scam you and make you pay more because they feel like you got it
yep,
bitch, you came over here,
That's
you
how
got
my
it.
friend. So that's how my friend is right now. My friend moved. One of my homegirls moved to the Virgin Islands because that's where her boyfriend originally was from. He moved over here, but then he moved back to the Virgin Islands at the beginning of the year. So she moved with him, and she said the same thing. She said it is so freaking high, like to buy anything. Like you can't even buy household
mhm,
items and stuff. She said you go in these stores and stuff. She said I prefer to go to, and they only I think she said they only got like three on the Virgin Islands. They in St. Thomas. She says only three
mm,
major stores out there, and that's Kmart. Kmart is like their Walmart, Home
yeah,
Depot, and Best Buy. They don't have nothing else, no Walmarts, no nothing. And she was like, to buy toilet paper from Kmart is ridiculous.
because
And
they
if I
know ain't
go
nowhere
try
else
to
for you to
buy
get
it,
it.
if I go and try to buy toilet paper at like she said if I go to the she said it is local stores, but they charge an arm and a leg for a lesser roll of toilet paper.
And she can't get shit off of Amazon.
It's
They
they said
can.
some she said no, she
Some
has
people
to
don't
send her
ship
stuff.
there.
Yeah, so she has to send because she makes shirts and stuff like that, and she literally has to send her stuff to her mother's house from Amazon, who lives out Woodlawn. She has to send her stuff to her mother's house and then have her mother ship it to her in order to get it.
Mm. And I know that's expensive.
It is.
That's
It is.
great.
She
I
ended
mean,
up
it's
having to buy a whole nother like machine. Like she does like t-shirts, she does like jewelry and things like that. She literally had to buy a
mhm.
whole nother cricket machine, even though she has one in her storage back home. She had to buy a whole nother cricket machine, a whole nother heat press, and she said it took forever to get them.
Yeah. It's I mean it's like that. It's starting to be like that here because it feels like the quality of stuff that we have in terms of
It's
choices
so piss poor.
is so
So
piss
piss poor.
poor. We were supposed to get a Walmart here in Charles Village. And the neighborhood association fought against it till they canceled the project. That was
Wow.
supposed to be the first real one because they was like traffic and
Mm-hmm.
all that was gonna go up, but
Mm-hmm.
it would have brought something to the city that we don't have. Like here,
That's
you
like with
know,
the Target. Like I
yeah,
swear to God, I'm so mad that the Target up on Dorman closed because it was such a good look for the city, but the niggas was stealing left and right, and it was just like
yeah,
it's so angry, and then we wonder why our communities are underdeveloped because we got stupid motherfuckers in our communities
yeah,
going in there taking from the shit that is supposed to help develop the community, and it's like
yeah,
just like with white people, they take a stance against shit when they don't want shit in their community because they don't want the foot traffic and they want it to be safe and they wanted to do this. That's what they do. They will vote against that shit.
yeah. You can go to Sam's Club, but what if you don't drive? You gotta go out of your way to get to these places.
I
And
suggested one of my friends take his ass to Sam's Club because he is buying groceries every week. And I'm like,
yeah,
you have children, small children who are 12 and 9. They are eating by the fucking masses. They are
not
eating for 2 and 3 people. So
not the
you need,
masses.
I mean, Sam's Club is good for bigger households, but if you are a
Yeah.
single person like myself, or if you got like one kid, Sam's Club is really not that good unless you buy
Well,
like
it's
tissue in bulk or
Well, I'm
paper
Yeah,
saying
towels.
I
it is
get
better.
deodorant,
Even if you're single,
deodorant.
I'm thinking that it's still better because I don't buy toilet paper
For me, I can't
anymore.
do that because I know me, I'm wishy washy
Wait,
when it comes
oh,
to
stop.
foods.
Wait a minute. You don't buy toilet paper anymore.
No,
Let's get back to that.
I use the wet
Oh, okay.
wipe.
I was going to say, hold, let's get back to that.
Oh,
I need
okay. Oh, you
explanation
use
behind
that.
Well,
it.
Okay, yeah. And
that happened
you know
during the
what, Nate?
pandemic, and
I
I
have
can buy a
been
case of them, and that lasts me for a month and a half.
thinking about that.
That's a good
I
idea.
saw a video on TikTok where
I actually
this
get
guy from like UK was talking about Americans. He was like, you mean to tell me Americans use dry toilet paper to wipe their ass after they took a shit?" I was
I
like,
mean, that's why
I'm
so
like,
many of
damn, we
us
really
got
are. Like, that's
hemorrhoids
unclean.
and whatnot. Yeah.
That's unclean. So yeah, I get what you're saying. I would have wipes in the back of my toilet. Yeah.
Yeah, I have not bought toilet paper since the beginning of the pandemic. One, because they were scarce, and the only thing that was available was baby wipes.
baby
So I
wipes,
was like,
yeah.
well, let me use these. I typically have used them like when I'm out and I just want to freshen up or something. But I was like, why am I buying toilet paper?
I get the flushable, the pack of flushables that they have. I get that
They're
especially
not
for my kids.
flushable. They're still not flushable.
I get the flushables because they said the flushables is
I
the
get the flash.
regular wipes. The regular wipes, they said it messes up your plumbing. Like it gets stuck in
I
your
Well,
mean,
you're not.
I would
No,
hope he's not throwing the
no.
regular wipes down the toilet.
No, because people do that. I'm telling you, do not flush the flushables down. Do not,
Really?
as somebody,
They're not
and I'm saying,
biodegradable.
no,
They're not
none of them
biodegradable.
are. None of them are, because at some point they're gonna get clogged. As
Yeah,
somebody
they're
who
not
owned a
biodegradable.
home,
They're
do
not
not.
biodegradable.
You shouldn't even be flushing toilet paper down
You
Right.
really
your
shouldn't.
toilet.
You really shouldn't. You
Nope.
really shouldn't.
That
But they
was
don't
one of
tell
the
you that.
expenses that I had. They
Yeah,
don't.
they don't tell you that because they want you to pay a
Nope.
hefty plumbing bill.
Yep. They don't. Even the
How you
flushable
think they
ones.
keeping plumbers in business?
Yep. The flushable ones will still, they don't always break all the way down.
Yeah, they don't
Right.
break down because they not biodegradable.
Nope, nope. But yeah, I've been using regular wipes for the past 3 years now, and I just it's so much cheaper. I use the
It's
sensitive
better.
ones.
Right.
Yep, yep, and I
I
buy the
don't know. I
actual
feel like
baby
my
wipe.
ass is just too big.
They have the toddler wipe.
I need like a motherfucking
If
toilet
I
paper, like not a, like a paper towel size one for my big butt.
not a paper towel.
They got on
Well, you can
Amazon.
make it, but you can
But
make
you
your
know what
own
I've been
wipe.
thinking about
They
using?
have on
I ain't gonna
Amazon.
lie. I've been thinking about using those disposable face cloths. It's like you get them in a box
Yeah,
and they
but you got to be
disposable. They
careful
disposable
because what.
washcloths.
But you got to be careful what's on that wipe. Because I was using the
No, not a wipe. It's a washcloth. It's
yeah, but I'm saying
disposable.
still though, on certain parts of your skin, it's gonna react differently. Your skin
Oh
on your
yeah.
face is
If you
stronger
have sensitive
than
skin, then yeah, I don't have sensitive skin.
right. That's what yeah, for me, I just use that, but I use they have the organic ones and they have the toddler size. So if I
Mm,
could use that on my ass, I know
you
you can use it.
organic fancy.
Well, I mean,
Organic.
it
I'm
just doesn't
screaming.
have any perfume or anything on it.
Oh, okay. That's what you're
Yeah.
Where do
saying.
you and Nate, where do you get these organic wipes from? Wholesale Whole Foods? Is that where you get these organic wipes
No,
from?
I mean, if we want to be fancy
I
schmancy,
order mine off of Amazon because you get more of them, and like the taste,
Yes.
yo,
I use
speaking
the
of TikTok,
reducer taste.
I got caught up in a
Enough about
stupid
TikTok.
TikTok. I got caught up in one of those stupid TikTok
Hmm.
trends. And I am so mad at myself
Why
because
would you
I
do
knew
it?
it. I don't know. I did it because I'm like, it looked good. I like the combination. I like the things that
Oh
they
my
was
god,
combining. I'm gonna show y'all. Wait a minute, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all.
I
Hold
don't
on.
trust TikTok.
she gonna fuck her stomach
I don't
up
trust
trying to
nothing
be a
about
I
TikTok.
TikToker.
didn't. No, no,
I
no,
don't
no, no.
trust nothing about TikTok. I
So
don't trust nothing about these
Nothing.
Facebook and Instagram to keep telling you,
this
oh, I
is the
hate
TikTok.
TikTok.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. So these are crackers, right? These are crackers. I'm not gonna lie. These are bomb.com. They got me in a chokehold. They are delicious.
Sweet corn crackers.
Sweet corn craze crackers from Craze. They are delicious. I'm not gonna lie.
Everything got
No,
damn sugar in it.
no, it's no sugar in it.
It says sweet.
They sweet. That's what I can rate
And
to.
Right.
then wait a minute. Then you have to get the Mama Fuko Chili Crunch.
Okay.
So it was
Okay.
this, and a can of
This is
mussels.
a can of what?
Can of what?
Mussels, smoked mussels.
I've never
Most
seen a
mussels.
can of mussels. I've never seen a can of mussels.
It's so good though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love mussels. And
I love mussels, but I ain't never had none in a can.
it's so good. It's like tuna in
Mm-mm.
a can or sardines in a can if you eat sardines.
Mm-mm.
I don't
No.
eat them.
It's so good though. I'm not gonna lie.
Get
But
somebody else to do it.
Right.
it didn't give me the hit that I needed. But the Mama Fuko Crunch is really delicious. The can of mussels, immaculate. I love them. This is
Are
what
you
the
really
Sound
can
like
crazy
comes.
right now? I'm
sound like
so
you gonna have the shits. That's what that sound like.
You see the can of mussels?
yeah. I see the mussels. I'm still not intrigued. I don't know.
It's
I don't know.
good.
Mm-mm.
I won't
Mm-mm.
lie to you. Good.
I don't know. I
It just
rather
didn't
do
hit. It just didn't hit how I thought it was going to hit. Like it just didn't
It's
hit.
gonna hit your ass when you on that toilet.
Let me see how much sugar. It's no sugar. Oh wait a minute. Less
What
of
that
4
man?
grams of sugar. 4 grams.
What's the
That's it.
guy said? What the guy say on Instagram? The one dude he always talking about the white people cooking on weird foods and half
So wait a minute.
cooking.
This is what
He
you
be
do.
like, oh, my stomach
Look.
bubbling.
Wait a minute. This is what you do.
Mm-mm.
So you get a cracker.
Now I'm gonna be the narrator like the guy from Instagram.
You
What
get a
you got
cracker.
to do with that cracker?
You put this on the
Hold on,
cracker.
hold on. Let
You
me
gonna
let me do
gonna
it. Let
cook
me let
that?
me let me do it while you talking. So you get your cracker, you spoon on a little bit of the mussels. Now you put a little bit of the
Cook
chili
that.
spread on it. You open
Mm-hmm.
up the chili spread.
She
She
can't
was
open it. Hold on. Somebody get her some
she
help. She needs some milk. Somebody
hit
get
the bottom. Hit the bottom.
Wait a minute.
Are we doing? Is this a cooking segment? Is this what we doing?
Yeah, well, hold on, cause I'm about to get it. So she got her sweet corn cracker out. She put
Oh,
some
you
of
being
her
fancy?
canned
Ooh,
mussels.
you being fancy? You gotta talk about the
Her
chopsticks.
little fat fingers can't even open it up.
You
She being
got you
fancy,
gotta
man.
get
You
in
gotta
there,
bring
mix
in the
it up,
chopsticks.
and then you take some of the crunch, right, on
And
the
you
cracker.
hold on, no, let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. So you spread the chunky chili sauce. You put down the chopsticks. You walk towards the bathroom and you just throw that shit in the toilet. Save
And
yourself
you
a
should
journey. And you just put that shit in the toilet. Or if you want to take the scenic route, you chew it. You just put it in your mouth. Cause you gonna end up in that bathroom no matter what.
The scenic route.
You gonna end up in that bathroom no matter what.
it's good.
Mm-mm.
My so this reminds me, my barber is right around the corner. He's a block over from you. He's a little Ethiopian dude.
Ooh.
He got me
Nah,
some
hot,
shit.
spicy.
He got me.
You
Look,
gonna
she
put your orange juice?
now now she gonna drink orange juice with all
You
that
drinking
sugar
orange
in it.
juice
With all that sugar in it, so she's definitely gonna
with
have the
all
shit.
that mix?
I got
Orange
apple
juice
juice. I
with
got
hot
wine, and I got
stuff.
water.
Now
Orange
she
juice with
definitely about
hot
to take a
stuff.
shit.
You should have drunk water. You've been better drinking water. That orange juice, I don't know how that's gonna mix. Orange
It
juice
don't
with muscle
matter.
and
The orange juice is gonna speed up the shitting process. That's all.
I can't put orange juice with corn. I can't put orange juice with
You
chili. I
can't put
can't
orange
put
juice with
orange juice with
anything.
mussels. I
Orange juice is the new apple juice. It's gonna give you the runs. All that sugar.
It's so good though.
mm-mm.
It don't have a taste. It don't have a taste, but it's good.
My
It don't have
stomach
a
hurt.
taste.
It's spicy,
All that
but
chili sauce.
okay. I'm gonna put a dad.
It don't matter. You done already drunk all that orange juice. That's gonna boil in your stomach.
It's
Oh,
boiling already.
oh, that's gonna boil on your stomach.
I predict she gonna take a break in maybe 5 minutes. Hey, would you? So I'm a this girl. I went to a fancy dinner last night. I have to
Oh
tell
wait,
you all about a project that I'm doing. I went to the Ivy off of
oh
Biddle Street.
hotel.
The Ivy Hotel. I went to the restaurant in the Ivy Hotel. It's $700 a night to stay there.
Mm.
Um,
Yes, it's very expensive.
the bougiest food I've ever seen in my life with the smallest portions.
That girl say it wasn't edible.
It was edible, but it was
It
this
was for
too.
show.
It was yeah, it was for show. They gave me one scoop of ice cream with my little chocolate um cake, but it wasn't. I wouldn't even consider that cake because it was a little round little thing.
You know what?
And they had a what you call a little the Asian spicy stuff. The
Um,
Kimchi.
what?
this is sriracha.
No, not kimchi. The other thing, the
Asian
green,
Oh,
spicy
I know
stuff.
what you're
the
talking about.
green,
The who?
the
The green
green. What's
stuff.
the
I know
little
what you're talking
Asian?
about.
Bok choy.
No, the little green stuff. The spicy green
The
stuff
spicy
that
stuff that they
put
put
on
with the chicken.
you put on your little I can't think of nothing. So there is that with I can't think of none of the lemon and ginger cheesecake.
Ugh.
Oh, wasabi.
Wasabi.
Wasabi. That's what it is.
Wasabi lemon ginger cheesecake.
That sound nasty.
Very.
I said, unless you want me to shit on this floor, I can't at my age, I can't eat that stuff.
Right.
If I'm gonna eat something like that or try it, I have to be at home. No.
Right.
I've never had a strong stomach. And if y'all ever go out to eat with me, I typically eat the same thing no matter where I go. I have a couple things that I could order off the menu, but other than that, I gotta take this to go. Like yesterday I was being real
I
bougie.
think
I ate a steak, and stuff like that. Anything with sauces, I got an expiration date before I get home. Or it's I've never had a strong stomach. I don't have a strong stomach at all, so I
Remember
don't play with it.
when I was younger, I dated this one guy, and he took me to a lot of those restaurants that I probably back then I probably would have never went to by myself because I probably couldn't
Hmm.
afford to. But he took me to a lot of those restaurants. He never took me to the same restaurant. He was trying to show off. I
That
be
white
telling you,
boy.
even had a no, it wasn't a white boy. It wasn't a white boy. It was a black boy. It was a black guy. Black guy. But he never took me to the
Hmm.
same restaurant types. But I remember he took me to a lot of those downtown restaurants, the ones that's in the hotels or little hidden little hibachi
Hmm.
spots and stuff like that. He took me to a lot of them places just to show off. And I'm thinking about it today. I'm like,
Oh, he was a drug dealer.
I
Okay.
was probably
But
one of those. I was probably one of those girls where if at any moment I was gonna be one of those girls where if at any moment, now that I think back, like if he would have just walked out on me, I'd have been fine.
Yeah.
Because back
Yeah.
then I couldn't afford that. But he was trying to be fancy. He wanted to wine and dine me. He took me out on a boat one time. He had to show me his little boat. So one day he just surprised me. Come on, we going down to the dock down there by
Oh, he had
like
a boat.
towards- yeah, he had a little it was a little boat. It was like a little dry boat that you hooked to the back of your truck. But he had it
This
in a
was a
boat in the
grown
boat
ass
dock.
man that she was dating, Black
He
Roses.
wasn't grown. He wasn't grown. You all right, I'll tell you who it was, and you can tell
He
him
was
he wasn't grown.
he was
Okay,
older
I'll
than
give you a
you.
clue. I give you a clue. It was something wrong with one of his eyes.
Was he a comedian?
You know what I'm talking about?
not was he a comedian. I know who she's talking about.
Ah!
But not was he a comedian. He was a drug dealer, like you said.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
He had a boat over there, like you going towards Captain. Is it Captain D's, the little ship restaurant?
Girl, first of all, that's Captain James. Ain't no fucking
Yeah,
Captain
Oh,
D's.
he had a boat over there, and he
oh
took me over.
yeah.
Got on the boat, but I thought about it because later on, when I got to know him, I started realizing how actually crazy he was. So I started thinking, like he took me out on that damn boat, and I never even went on a boat with my brother because my brother had a boat too, but I never went on a boat with him because I'm like, I know my brother. This is my brother. He crazy. I'm not going on a boat with him. I don't want to drown. But back then, thinking like I went on the boat with a crazy ass nigga, like knowing him like later on, and the reason why we not together today. Thinking back then, if he
They
would
be
have
the
had one of
teddy
those
bears
manic
though. Those
episodes,
ones, they be the teddy bears.
if he would have had one of them manic episodes when I let him take me on this boat, I wouldn't be.
Oh, he was crazy like that.
He
Oh,
was
you was crazy,
he was a nice. No, he didn't show it till later on though. Crystal, tell the truth. Black Roses, tell the truth. He didn't show it till later on. He was so nice
girl.
to
He
me.
might be watching the show.
I don't care. He probably is because
Where
you
my
know what?
where my disclaimer at, girl?
For
Because I'm
some
not playing with
reason,
her.
for some reason, all of my exes think for some reason they still waiting. I had one.
Uh-uh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
That's the
right.
wrong one.
Black Roses. That's right. For Crystal, AK.
That's the wrong one.
For some
I had to
reason,
do it. I forgot to do a separate one for KD because
I don't
Please.
KD
know.
be tripping
It's
sometimes.
like it's
Uh-huh.
like for
Big
some
time.
reason all of my exes just feel like they are waiting. They're passing time and just waiting for me. Like I'm just waiting on you to make the right decision. What's the right decision? I'm
I'm glad.
confused.
I'm glad we virtual because I don't want nobody to be banging down my studio
If you looking
looking
for
for
KD,
KD.
I'm in Nate's studio at what's the address?
Nope, nope. Get somebody else to do it.
We
Nope,
are recording live from Nate's studio.
nope. She is not. She is not even the same state as us. Nope,
I don't
nope.
know why guys are like that though. Like you in a whole relationship, but you
Rewind
just
this back to figure out where
figure
she at,
out.
and you can hear where
Right,
she
right.
at,
This
and you just
bitch
go
back.
from there.
Watch
Don't do
all the
that.
episodes, and
Don't
you'll
do me.
definitely figure it out.
Don't do me. To the point, like I don't understand these guys. Like, okay, you're not together for a reason, right? We're not together for a reason. It's been a while. Why would you think if you run into me, because this happens to me a lot. You run into me and you just think, oh, we just supposed to start back where we came. Or
Because
you
you
just
didn't
had this
finish it with
fairy
them.
tale
You
and
just
you're
moved on.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I
You
was a
have to say
ghoster. I was a ghoster.
people like that. It's not gonna help, but you have to say that to them plain. You can't make
I
it
was a
seem like
ghoster.
you both were the issue. You can't make it
I
seem
got
like
told
it's not you, it's me. You can't say none of that. You have to
I
say
ain't
you
tell
are
nobody
crazy,
nothing.
and I
You just
am definitely afraid of your crazy. You have to say of that crazy, not
I,
of them.
I'm I have never broken up with anybody. You just stopped receiving phone calls, and
See?
I just disappeared. I was not one of those
So
people.
technically, for somebody who's crazy, y'all still go together.
No,
They
no,
just
no.
haven't seen you in
Technically,
a
she just
while.
up and moved out of town. She
Right,
just
I
up
was
and
not
moved out
one
of
of those
town.
people. Right, I was not. Hey,
But I'm
listen,
telling
I'm
you, to some
not
crazy
pulling.
people,
Not
y'all
okay.
are still together. They just haven't seen you in a while.
Okay, so if y'all think I'm bad, this is why me and my husband are together. If y'all think I'm bad, and I'm gonna call myself out because y'all always say KD be high and stuff. I'm gonna call myself out because it's funny to me. It's not funny, but it's funny. Okay, so when me and my husband got together a little bit later on down the line, speaking of what Black Rosa said, moving out of town. When he was younger, he was messing with this older girl, much older girl. And he was working somewhere, and one of her cousins had seen him working somewhere. I forgot the whole story, so I'm just kind of give y'all little bits and pieces. So he was working somewhere, and he said
To
the
keep it
girl's
legal. To keep it legal.
cousin,
I got it.
the girl's cousin walked up to him and was like, "You know, my cousin been looking for you. You know, she pregnant."
Mm.
He moved to North Carolina. Oh Lord,
Oh
he
my
moved to
goodness.
North Carolina. Cause he said the girl was crazy. He said he didn't know she was crazy. Like she was a drug dealer. She was a older girl. She was a drug dealer, but she was initially crazy. Like she was like that shit crazy. Like she would literally just go off like bipolar type thing. So that's why he
Like bipolar, that is bipolar.
that's why he kind of distanced himself from her. But then the cousin found him and was like, "Yeah, my cousin been looking for you. You know she pregnant." And he was like, "All right, what you want me to do?" But he younger, so he told his mother he just wanted to leave and start over new. He didn't tell her the reason why. So that's how he ended up living back to North.
And that's how a lot of men deal with stuff. Crazy enough. That's how a
Hold
lot of
on,
them deal with
that's not the kicker though. That's not the kicker. So one day, mind you, this happened in Baltimore. So we moved back, of course he moved back to Baltimore. This is years later. He moved back to Baltimore. He's grown now. He's working for the government, whatever have you. And me and him met. Me and him had our first baby together. And for when we went for our child's first appointment at this new doctor's office, they
Mm.
they was pulling up the information, and they was like, David McMillan, birthday, so. And I looked at him, he looked at me, he said, "I think that's my son." But they want to talk about
Oh,
our son.
oh wow.
They want to talk about our son. Now his name is the same as
All I
our
heard is that he has an
son.
illegitimate child.
His name is the same as our son that we have together, but the birthdays, of course, y'all know the birthdays aren't the same, but they have the same exact name. So first we thought they was talking about him,
Why
my
do
husband.
people do stuff like that? So that she found out what your child name was and named it the same thing. That's
No,
crazy.
because this is when he was like 20 something. I didn't date him till he was
Um,
like 19. So this girl, she must have named been, when she couldn't find him and he moved to North Carolina or whatever, she must have been named her child after him. And
right.
then here I come years later, he's moved back to Baltimore and we're thinking David is the first David. Our child is David, the first David. When we took him to the doctor's office, they called
Mm.
the same exact name, David, last name. I'm not putting his last name out there, David M. But they gave a different birth date. And I'm like, no, that's not his birthday. And she was like, are you sure? I said, no, that's not his birthday. But then we thought they were talking about my husband because my husband used to live in Essex for a while too. And I was like, well, no, that's not your birthday. Who is this person? So we put two and two together. So yeah, he's possibly got a child out here, and I told
Mm.
him, I said, I did tell him as a woman, I said, if you have a child out here, but we already 4 kids in, but I did tell him, I said, if you have a child out here, maybe you should reconcile and try to figure out if you have a child. But he said the girl is like crazy, like she like heavy in the gangs and stuff like that, so he kind of scared to go.
Now he said,
He said the
Mm.
girl was like gang affiliated. Like that's why he left, like stopped messing with her because she was crazy. She was like gang affiliated. She was a drug dealer. Like she would like check niggas on the blocks
"Ah,
and stuff like that. That type of crazy. So that's why he stopped dealing with her. But I did tell him, I said, if you think you have a child out here, you might want to reach out and try to. He said, hell no, I'm not dealing with that girl.
not you got an illegitimate stepchild."
Right.
Possibly. Yeah, it's a situation. I said my piece. I'm not gonna force the man to try to figure out if he. I mean, and now that was like I said, that was when he was
You
like
are such a
19.
bad stepmother.
That was in 19. That was when he was like 19. That was in
Not
2007.
a
So
stepmother.
that boy is probably long gone and grown by now. Like, that boy is
That's
That
why
probably
I
boy
have
like
a.
20 years old
good.
now.
But see,
Like
that's why I
one
have an
something
issue
years
with.
old.
He like
But
my
see,
child age.
that's
That's what I get
and
ready to
see,
say.
that's
He
why I
like
have an issue
21.
with.
I'm like,
I have a big issue with people having multiple children like that don't know each other. I have a huge issue with that because you are taking part. What if those children meet or
right,
overlap or
right.
date or have
So
sex
that,
or whatever? Like my mind goes to that extreme.
right.
Anybody that tell me they were born in Westport, I go
Now, I
down the.
said possible now. The girl, because the girl said she was pregnant, but she ain't say who knows how many people she messed with by then. I said it's possible.
Yeah,
I ain't
but that's
say
a
it's
that's a
special.
that's a special situation. But I'm speaking on the people who have children and just
Yeah,
go
of
move
course.
on and just go to the next one and have a child and
Well,
that
do y'all
old
know for
Nick
sure that she
Cannon
named
type
him
of
after
shit.
him? Did she say that? Did she say she was naming a boy
All
after him?
she said was he was all the girl came and he said all the girl came up to him and said my cousin was looking for you. You know she pregnant, and that was that. And he
Mm.
just hopped the
So
scene.
it
He
could be
supposed
a
to
it
give
could be a daughter, or it could be a son with a different name. Y'all
yeah
don't know for
right.
sure.
I don't know for sure, but I mean, like I told him, you should reach out. This was years ago. I told him
Inbox
you
me the
should
girl
reach
name.
out.
I look for.
I don't know her name.
Mm.
I don't think he even remember he might remember her name. Most guys do, but I
Inbox me
don't
her
know her name.
name. Inbox me her name. I'ma look for her
No,
and I'm gonna
because
tell her where y'all
now,
live at, so
no,
she can
because
get her back
now,
child support from
no,
y'all.
that's what I get ready to say. No, because now that's playing into my money. No, back then
What wrong
it
is
was
this?
cute, but now it's playing into my money
She
because
need her child support.
She need
I
her child support.
never get because now that's playing into my money, my finances. We got too many kids for
Well,
that. We
you
can't add
wait,
on
wait,
to it.
wait, wait, wait a minute.
We could.
You are the culprit. You are responsible as well because you stayed with this man for 15 plus years,
Listen,
knowing he has an illegitimate child in this world. You are part
allegedly,
responsible too, man.
You are problematic.
allegedly,
You are very much
allegedly,
so.
You
allegedly,
All
are
I heard was
problematic.
you are very much a
allegedly,
culprit in this whole concoction of things that is going
allegedly,
on with this child who is missing their father. And
allegedly.
subsequently, because he married you, you homewrecker,
You
you have an illegitimate stepchild out.
you home wrecker.
Oh
You home wrecker. This lady right here, where is she at? This lady right here. If you see her,
If you see her in the streets or
she
anywhere, if you
is
see
a
her in Maryland,
home
if you just so happen to
wrecker.
ride by the state of Florida, please throw a tomato
Ooh,
at her because
not
she is a
doxing
home
you.
wrecking heifer.
Not
Hello, I
doxing you.
said
But be prepared because she is a licensed
it.
carry
Gun carrier. So just
concealed.
also be mindful.
that's
If
a
you throw
Be
warning.
the
That ain't
tomato,
a
mindful.
prepared.
please
That's a
have a
warning.
gun also available, ready and
That
handy.
ain't
If you're not
prepared.
ready, then don't get ready because
Because she
I
is
I am
TTG
you
trained
right.
to go.
PTG.
Absolutely.
So please be careful. If you throw the tomato,
Be,
throw it
that is
lightly.
not.
Make sure
That
it
is
is
a
not
warning.
all the. Make sure it's right to the point
No,
where it's almost
it gotta
mushy.
be full because it gotta leave a stain.
Yeah, that's what I
That
said.
is
Make
not
sure it's almost
alleged.
mushy, so
Yeah,
it can just stain it a little bit,
yeah.
not kill her. Yes,
It gotta be
we don't want her to.
juicy.
That is
We don't want her to have a concussion. We just want her to be known
Yeah.
about the repercussions of her actions.
What
Thank
they
you.
call it, them tamale
Listen,
tomatoes.
I'm
Those
not as
little.
worse as his mother. I'm not as worse as his mother because he told his mother later on when they moved back to North Carolina the reason why she ain't forced him to do anything either. So I ain't worse as his mother. I found out
First of
about it
all, we already know
years
why
down the
we already know the
line.
mother is bad
Years
fucking
down
shit.
the
Let's
line.
just start.
He
And I
been
don't care
told
if
his
she is watching
mama.
this show. Miss
So
Ma'am, I
that's
want
the
you to
person.
know you're bad fucking shit. Thank
That's
you.
that is coming from this lady right here.
Yes, I said it. She knows my face. She knows the sound of my voice. Ma'am, if you are listening, you are bad fucking shit. Thank you.
The views and opinions of
That is now when you
I
can
have
put
that
that
one.
disclaimer up. I don't like her or her retarded, manly looking daughter.
Oh,
I know I'm not supposed to say the R word, but I said it.
You are not.
I don't regret it.
You can only pray for certain people, and that's all you can do is pray for it and leave it there.
And the pastor needs no prayer.
I ain't tell you call that woman out. You ain't supposed to call that woman.
not the deaconess.
Honey, the pastor.
She a pastor. She ain't a deacon.
She's a pastor.
With her worldly, what she supposed to be starting a Christian podcast. We ain't heard none of it.
Oh, maybe y'all can bring her on.
Never.
We busy that day. We on vacation to October.
I'm busy every day.
Over a couple times. The beginning of our podcast, the beginning stages, she did come in a couple of times. If you seen Pastor,
because she was hating.
Yeah, you see, she came on a comment in a couple of times. You've seen her. I don't think she watching no more since everything that happened. I don't think she watching no more. I don't think she.
Since you deserted them. Since you deserted them.
I don't think I'm in her anymore. Because for some reason, ever since I've been married to my husband, for some reason they think that I took him away from them. He ran away.
You did.
Y'all know why I did not. He ran away.
She took that young boy and got his mind. You know she 5 years older than him. She done took his mind and ran off with it. And that child don't know nothing.
I keep trying to explain to people, I didn't even want to be married. I was okay with having a child by somebody.
That boy ain't know nothing. And all he knew was he met this old ass lady and she took him away from his family. And that's all that matters.
My husband,
she met this young man while he was still in high school and she was a whole college student. She done met this young fella.
Listen, my husband proposed to me, and because I kept saying no, not right now.
He thought you was his mama.
Not now. I don't think you're ready. He said, I feel like you just don't love me. So I kind of got forced into marriage, but I like it. I'm here. I like it. I'm staying.
He thought you was his mama because you was his mama's age.
I like it. First of all, I wasn't his mama's age. His mama's age, my mama's age. First of all, you better.
You said you old bitch.
Oh, I was about to call you somebody else. Oh my God. Oh, look, Nate.
I was about
to call you somebody whole other name that ain't even right here beside you.
Oh Lord.
To be technical, let's bring it back to the old man that you dated years ago.
Oh no.
And I still don't. His first name is after the letter C, but before the letter E.
His first name is Oscar. His last name is Meyer.
Oscar Mayer has a wiener.
That's it. No, my Oscar, my baloney has his first name. His first name is Oscar or some shit like that.
Let's talk about
that's two different companies.
Let's talk about when you was in your old man phases. Let's talk about when you was in your old man dating stages, when you was too young to be dating this old man.
I can see her being an old man chaser.
What old man chaser? Because I ain't never chased no old man.
I'm talking about head over heels.
I ain't never chased no old man. You got me mixed up. You got me mixed up with you.
Well, you ain't chasing.
I ain't say you chased him. I ain't say you chased him. You had a spell on that man. That man was ready to risk it all. You had a spell on
what man?
I said the first letter. I said the first letter is after C, but before E. Put the middle. Come on, bring it together. The ABCs. ABC.
Okay. That man was not chasing me down. Girl, stop lying. Girl, stop lying.
Let me find out Black Rose is like the hack man.
No, he definitely wasn't no hack man. That man had a good job.
Second letter.
The hack man got a good job.
Look, now I'm playing Wheel of Jeopardy. Second letter is a consonant. It's
girl, shut up. Wheel of Jeopardy. Shut up.
Is that man even still where he was supposed to be at?
Last I heard, he had like a stroke or something. He moved to New York.
Because Blake
had like a stroke or something.
Oh, this man wasn't old. He was a senior citizen.
Definitely was getting them AARP cards.
Black Rose, Black Rose broke his little
definitely was getting them AARP discounts. Okay,
that's after 50.
Black Rose, he was willing to risk his whole situation with Black Roses, and she broke his heart.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
That sounds like my. Is this man from? Does he currently live in South Carolina?
No, he does not.
Oh, I was about to say that sounds like my Uncle Eddie.
I don't even know Eddie. I do, but he's a
You
gangster.
know, a portion of my friends are old man chasers. We have another friend that's kind of, and ain't that friend a relation to you, if I'm not mistaken? And y'all, it's just something, I don't know, it's just something in y'all
No
water.
blood relation. Only mention relation. No blood.
It's just something in y'all water. Y'all just like these
No
old
blood
men,
relation,
y'all
bitch.
old
No
men
blood
chasers.
relation. No blood relation. I just want to say there is no blood, no DNA mixing, no DNA
They
They
like
anywhere
them
old
of
Social
my
men
blood
Security
and her
checks.
blood. Huh?
They like them
They
Social
like
Security checks.
they like them. They
Mine
like
was
them
getting a
old
real
men.
live check
They
from
like
his
them old
job.
men with the silk. They like them old
And
men.
ask
The
her
old
about
men
her
with
old
the
man. She been
silk
dating since she was a teenager in high school, and he was. Let me shut my mouth.
Thank you for tuning into I
Because
Am
the
She.
statutes of
Listen to the
limitations
show.
do not run out for children.
She
Thank you
was
for
a
tuning
young
into
girl, and he was an old man.
Thank you for tuning into I Am She. Thank you all for tuning in. We will not be back until
Oh, now she don't want to talk. Oh, now she don't want to talk. She had a life. Oh, she had a
so this
life.
is the end of the
And this
show.
man
So
haunted her down.
Oh,
She
she
want
has
to talk about me.
lived. And she
She
likes
want to
them
talk about
all
me.
races and creeds. She don't
Okay,
discriminate.
this is the end of the
she does
show.
not.
And
She
I
so
can't
she
get
does
that
not.
prom picture, that Dundalk prom picture
Baby,
out
she
my
was
he
not as
wasn't from
innocent as you
Dundalk,
thought in that prom
from
picture.
Woodlawn.
That
He was
thing
not
was
from
buck
Dundalk,
wild.
from Woodlawn. He
mm.
was a musician. He was a musician. He tried to marry me too. I don't know what it is about KD. He tried to marry me too, so I had to ghost him.
Which
Mm.
one? The white boy?
On prom, he proposed to me on prom. Matter of fact, and I had to ghost him.
Mm.
I ghost the hell out of him when he proposed to me. I was like, oh, that's so cute. The next day, he called. He kept calling. I ain't answer. He called my mama and cried to my mother and told her, please make her get on the phone with me. I just need an explanation. I said, I get on that daggone phone. I get on that phone. I left. Yeah, he
I'm
lives in
crying.
California now, so yeah, he
He has
cried.
him
He
a
cried
white
to my
wife.
mama.
He probably has him a white wife that loves him.
He got a black wife. Got a pretty black wife.
Mm.
I wasn't the
Mm.
one though. I wasn't. I had just graduated from high school. I need to run them streets a little bit. Like, come on, you can't do that to me. You gonna fall. Then I had another one, another white boy that was getting ready to go into the military. Same thing. He tried to propose, wanted somebody to wait for him. I said, that is so nice. I am so glad you are dedicating your life to the United
Well, we could have
States.
been sending you those
But
checks on.
she ain't it. She is not waiting on nobody. I'm still. These streets are still
You wouldn't have
calling.
been waiting. You could have been collecting those checks.
These
That
No
they
streets
sent.
sugar
are still
added. What the fuck?
calling me. Nate, this was
There's
when
no
the
sugar
streets
in
was
it.
calling me consistently. These streets was
Yeah,
calling.
but see, I gotta. I mean, you gotta learn some. I hope you've learned your lesson from that,
I
because you
go
could
to
have
She has
been
not.
you could have been doing your easy
I go to him. He
and
actually married a black girl too. He actually came back and married a black girl too.
what was his name? Was his name Thomas?
Uh-uh. Zach.
Oh, Zach.
Same Zach.
You
Yeah.
could have been collecting them Zach
And the
checks.
old man too. The old man too. Just before I got married, the old man, the older guy she talking about, same thing. He proposed to me, but he was too late. I told that's one person I did tell. I said, you too late. I'm already in a committed relationship. I've been playing this game with you for 7 years on and off. I'm not
Mm.
about to play this game with you. And I'm glad that I made that decision because that man is a cold stone cheater. That older man that she's talking about is
Because
a
you broke
cold
his
stone cheater
heart.
because
That's why he a cheater.
he reached out to my cousin years ago after he got married. He reached out to my cousin on Instagram to find out what I was doing and had her send a message talking about tell your cousin I'm still waiting on her. We ain't gotta see each other in the United States. I book her and a couple of her homegirls a trip over in Jamaica and I meet them over there.
Nope.
Sir,
Get somebody else to do
I'm
it.
good.
Nope.
Right, sir, I'm good. Okay,
That
what
sounds
makes you
like
think
sex trafficking.
Not sex trafficking.
No, he wouldn't.
That
No,
sounds like
honestly,
sex
you
trafficking.
know who I'm talking about. He would have paid for everything. He really would have paid for everything. But no, I'm
Just send me
sorry.
the money up front. Let me pay for it myself. Send me the money up front. No,
No,
situations like that.
that used to be Blake Rose's best friend. That was Blake Rose's best friend. I'm surprised he didn't reach out to
You
her
should have
looking for
said,
me.
"Give me the money. Give me the money so I can be sure that I
That's what
really want to go, just in
he
case I
said.
Yeah.
might take."
He said, I know. He
Mm.
told her, tell your cousin, I know my situation and hers. we ain't got to meet. I'll pay for her and a couple of homegirls to go to Jamaica, and I'll meet her over there. That's what he told me. I should have took the
I'm
money.
trying to see if I can change this camera so y'all can see this big old horse out here that they call a Great Dane. These dogs are so big, but he just left though.
Bella,
I just like looking out this window.
who told you come out here, Bella?
Oh, that's my cat named Bella.
Who told you, Bella? Where are you going?
How big it is? She's somewhere laying down.
Look at Bella, y'all. Look at Bella, y'all.
Ooh, that's a damn horse.
Bella, say hi, Bella.
She's looking at this, she's like, girl, open up this damn door. Tell your children open this door.
Cause she keeps trying to jump in the pool, y'all. Ain't nothing in that pool. She had her paws almost at the edge. Ain't nothing in that pool but cement, and she keep on trying to take her life and jump up in this pool. She ain't no damn cat. She do. She thinks she a cat. This pool is deep, and she go to the tip, and she tries to jump, but it ain't nothing in there because they still got to put the towel around there.
Oh, are they almost finished?
Yeah, I can show it to y'all. They almost.
When will the pool be ready?
I don't know if y'all can see. Can y'all see it?
Why is it dirty water? Oh, that's not dirty water.
It is rain. Yeah. But yeah, they have to put the rest.
Girl, go closer. We can't see that shit.
Well, I don't want to walk too close. See, so they have to put the rest.
It's gonna be a nice size pool.
Yeah, but see what I'm talking about? She gets right here, and she tries to dive.
Are they gonna have a jacuzzi area too? I mean, a hot tub area?
No.
Just a pool.
That costs more money. No, that costs way more money. But yeah, so, and then this part right here is gonna be, this is where they're gonna have like where I'm sitting is where they're gonna have like the lounge area, like the little chairs and stuff. So I think, Nate, you said you was coming in July, August.
I'm trying to do August. Well, August for sure. July still in summer.
They said it should be done by
Speaking
July.
of July.
No, you supposed to be coming here in August.
No,
Speaking of July, my birthday is in 16 days.
What day is your birthday on? The 17th?
It's on a Monday. Ew.
Oh my God. I cannot. Oh, maybe I'm going to need this break to October. Because my mother's birthday is on the 16th. And it's just. Oh my God.
Her birthday's the day before mine.
And it's just so emotional. Like.
First of all, I'm not emotional.
Oh my God. My mother can cry over just nothing.
You're going to be 38, right? 37?
Girl, stop playing with me.
She going to be 39. She right there.
Stop playing with me. I'm definitely going. Definitely.
Hold on. I got to think what her birthday year was. I got to think what her birthday year was.
She probably was 87. What, she was 87?
No. Crystal always, hold on. I know how old she is because she's 4 years younger than me. Is it 4?
80. That's 87. Because my sister just turned 36.
Yeah, she's gonna be 37 because she was 36 last year. I mean this year. She's gonna be 37.
Well, she was born in 80. What, 85?
Cam, how old is Crystal? Stop playing. How old is Black?
We know you listening.
Tell us, Cam.
Girl, stop playing with me. That man don't know nothing about me.
Put it on the camera, Cam. Put it in the chat, Cam.
He don't even know.
What year was she?
Said something?
What's her favorite color? He's been commenting a long time ago. He said go to Sam's Club.
Hopefully he's not watching no more.
He is still watching.
It's like no. I will be, drum roll please, 38.
I told you I was close. But you hold on, excuse me. Hold on, considering.
So you was born in 85.
Hold on, Nate. Hold on, Nate. Because now I'm about to throw some shade. Considering that she was all about our age last year.
How old is?
All about our age. Like she really wasn't 2 years younger. Like you literally on that point of 40. But you was all about our age. So I'm like, yeah, because y'all 40.
She on that.
No. Yeah, I was saying it like.
Yeah, because y'all.
Look at it.
Y'all know it's 40 degrees outside.
She wearing moo-moos and everything.
Most of the time when I was younger, I always thought
y'all know I bought 40
different.
Y'all know I got
No, let me
$40 in my
finish.
pocket.
Let me
No, you was
explain.
shading the hell out of us. Y'all know I
I
got
was
$40
not.
in
I
my
was actually
pocket.
giving y'all
Y'all know it's
props
40
because
degrees outside.
That didn't sound like props at all.
I wanted y'all
I
to
didn't hear
know
one
that
prop in that.
Shade the
being
hell
the
out of
age
us.
that y'all are, I didn't think that we would look like most when I think of 40 back when I was younger, 40 looked so old and ran
It
down.
did. You
Now
right.
that I think about 40, like y'all look good as
That's
shit. Like
because you
y'all
was
look good as
around
shit.
them Park Ice
Oh
40-year-olds.
no, listen, my aunt is about my aunt just turned 50 last year.
Oh, they gonna
So my
get
aunt is
me.
51. When I look at my other friends who are 50, they don't look nowhere near how my aunt look. My aunt, if you look at her, you would think this
On
bitch is like
your life.
67 years old. She
It
only
depends on your
51.
lifestyle.
But some
It
I'm
people,
like,
really
life
I
beats the
tried to
shit out of people.
when my mother was back in her 30s, I tried to really prevent my mother from becoming one of those 40, 50, 60-year olds. But my mother was wearing house dresses to the market when she was in her 30s. And
No,
I
ma'am,
really
stop.
tried to, but
She
I
was
think my mother
wearing
wanted to be an older woman because she was wearing house dresses like
she was wearing
randomly to places. And it would make me
No,
so
ma.
mad.
No, ma.
I
No,
am
ma.
I
Don't do
stopped
that.
definitely
coming
I love
outside. She
you know
stopped
what
doing it. She stopped doing it because I stopped coming out. For one summer of my life, I stopped coming outside. I said, because I'm not coming back outside until you stop wearing them.
Period.
Period. And she would wear she would and she didn't wear she had the house dress with the sleeves off of it. And I used to be I wanted to punch my mother at a very young age. Because I
Yo,
have a young mother. I have a young mother. And she used to wear house dresses in her late 30s, early
Are you the
40s.
oldest?
Yes.
Oh.
my
Yes.
How
age
old is your mom?
is
My mother now is my mother had me when she was 23, so my mother is 63. She'll be 63 this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
how old is my mom? I
Mm,
think my mom's like 50 something.
yeah.
57, 58 something like that.
But y'all cancers though, it hurt my soul. Like y'all cancers are just I can't explain it. I just
First of all, cancers are everything. We give y'all
What
all
are you
the
doing
love.
for your birthday?
I had plans to go to New Orleans, but those plans have been canceled due to my son and his criminal activity ways.
Don't keep calling him a criminal.
So now I will just be home, soaking in my newfound age, probably wallowing in my tears because I have
is he
nothing
staying
planned
with
for my
you?
birthday. Huh?
Is he staying with you?
Hell no. He don't want to stay with me because he know what's up.
What
He
you
don't
Because
gonna
want
you
to
a
stay with me.
crybaby. You a cancer.
you
He
gonna
don't
make
want
him
to stay
work?
with me because he know I'm strict. My mother is not like that on him. She only like that with him when she mad at him. But any other day, my mother treats him like her mother freaking man. And she just does everything for him. And
That's what a
she loves
grandmother's
it now
supposed to
that
do.
Right.
he's on the box. She just loves the fact that he on the box because he get to stay in the house
Spend
with
more
her all
time.
day.
Right.
And yeah, he
He
stays with my
really
mom, but
just put him out there.
he
What
stay
you
with my
say strict
mom.
for? What do you do to strict? Like make him clean? Or I don't understand
No,
what you
he know
do.
I'm gonna make his ass
Put
get up
him
and get
on.
a goddamn job. I'm gonna make him get up and do something. You're not gonna sleep in here till no 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm at work. No sir.
That's, how old is Jalen now?
20. He'll be 21 on Halloween, and he will be spending his 21st birthday in the house on house arrest.
Um,
My nephew had to spend his 18th birthday on house arrest. That was very sad.
I'm kind of upset about that because I had plans for him for his 21st birthday, but now those plans have been ruined because he can't go nowhere.
Well,
um,
do he have PlayStation 5?
He has an Xbox.
I get ready to say, oh, I think Jay, I get ready to say, I'll tell Jay so they can sit on a box together and they could do their lesson together. Since they both
Right.
well,
got
he's
the
still
same
on the
charge.
box.
Since they both got the same charge, they could sit on the Xbox together and
Mhm.
think about their mistakes.
Think about the mistakes. Think about your mistakes, stupid.
That's
I'm stupid.
crazy. On his
See,
18th,
that's a typical cancer. A cancer will love you until they're smothering you, and then they eventually try to control
yeah,
you. and then they become fire breathing dragons when you don't allow them to control you.
Because
Then
why
they
you not
start
allowing me to tell you
crying
what to do? Why are you not allowing me to tell you what to
because
do?
because typically cancers need to fix their own life.
Never.
That's
There's
what
nothing
happens.
wrong. I know I'm in therapy, but there's nothing wrong with my life.
Are you
Well,
telling her everything?
Yes.
No, you're not.
yo, hold on. How about the therapist that came on Instagram? It said the man kept lying to his wife saying that
And telling the wife that he was talking to her late at night. What the hell kind of shit is that?
He
I
must
was
have
said,
been
so
a cancer. He must have,
crazy.
because cancers are cheaters.
sir. She said,
Cancers are big. Look at it.
Nathan, I don't know what's
Cancers
wrong
are
with Nathaniel. I don't know what your
not,
problem is.
not listen. Cancers are
I don't
cheaters.
know
You
what.
hear me? Cancers will cancers will have a whole husband and still cheating with the ex. Cancers are
you know why
can,
she laughing so hard? Because I can see
exactly.
that in her. I can see that in her.
Cancers
I
are
can
a
see that in
whole
her.
cheater.
And I'm the
Cancers
friend,
cancers
and
will have a husband,
I'm the friend that's just
A
sitting there
a
at the
boyfriend.
bar
baby
like I don't
father
see
that they
nothing.
No. We would have
Listen,
a husband, a
I'm
boyfriend,
the
and a
friend.
side nigga.
yes,
Listen, Nate, and I'm the friend that's sitting at the bar acting like I don't see nothing. I don't know.
nothing.
Oh, I'm just.
Cancers are they say others cancers are cheaters.
Oh, that's my only response. Oh, that's what we doing now.
I'm
Oh,
gonna say
Yeah,
I was
that's right.
faithful in
Oh,
my.
what's your name? What's your name?
I'm gonna
Oh,
say I was faithful in my last relationship. I was faithful, and I still
to
got cheated
who?
on. I tried. I did everything right. I
That's
know I
called
was. I
karma.
wasn't perfect as far as my
yeah, it is.
anger
It's karma.
and when it came
That's
to
called
certain
karma.
things. But I did
It's
not
karma
cheat
from
on
your
this
past
man, and this
relationship.
man cheated on me
But
so
it's
bad.
karma from your past relationships,
Yup.
from the other people
When
that
I
you did it.
say this man literally picked me up and drugged me through the mud and said, "This what you get, bitch."
It
It's
is.
it's karma.
It's karma.
It's
Yeah, from the other
karma.
people that you did it to. That's true.
I
That's
only did it
Cheaters,
to one other person. I only
cancers,
cheated on one other person, and that
cancers
person was
will
cheating on me too. So
cancers
we
will
was just
convince
tag teaming
you.
the cheating.
Cancers will convince you to
Geminis
have an
don't cheat.
open
I don't think
relationship.
Geminis cheat.
No, we don't have to.
Gemini, yeah, I
Y'all,
don't think
We
y'all
don't
don't
Gemini
have
have to
cheat.
because
to.
y'all got 53 people in y'all fucking head. So the man ain't gonna, he ain't gonna know who the fuck he dealing with on any given day.
You mad? Why you mad?
It's 62 people living in y'all head right the fuck now.
And you mad? And we can
And
keep
only
control.
20 of them is woke.
And we
Only
got
20 are
control
woke.
over. We can control over all of them.
Over all of
Only
it.
20 of the
So
people in y'all
again,
head are woke right now.
We got control over each and every one of them.
Nate is speaking
It's
nothing
just
but
a
facts
can.
right
I love
now.
my mother to death. I love my great grandmother beyond measure. I love my friend Kyle. But I grew up in a house with two cancers. And when I say my great grandmother would just sit and rock in her chair and cry at the TV. That was her. I love
I
her.
ain't gonna lie.
I miss
Are
Yesterday,
my.
you a movie crier?
yesterday before I had company, I had watched this video on TikTok about this little girl. I cried. I
Oh
cried because,
my
like, why would
god.
you do that to a little girl? Like, oh my god, it was so sad. It was so sad. It hurt
Can
my
we
You would
heart.
take
watch
it back?
my
I
great
know we
grandmother.
talking about.
Oh,
I know we talking about something different, but can we take it back to the And I know we going over time. Can we take it back to
we started late.
last?
We did.
Can we take it back to last week? The lady and her son that
Oh yeah. So they
y'all know
both
they free
been. Yeah, they both have been. The charges for both of them have been dropped.
dropped. Yep.
But wait a
And
minute though. Have y'all been seeing the drama and the tea on Facebook with the baby mama? Because he used to beat the baby mama head in, and he set her house on fire earlier part of this year.
The one
is
that got
that a
shot.
surprise? Is that a
The
The
one
one
that
that
got
surprise
no,
shot.
though?
it's not a surprise, but we said it. We said it. He was a
It was
woman beater.
so it was so heartbreaking to watch the mother and son reunite. So the mother must have gotten
Right.
out
I saw
first,
that
and they went to go get the
first.
son, and it was very heartbreaking. But at the same time, like the black internet normally does, it just the comments are atrocious. They
Probably
are
his family.
atrocious. Just the comments. He doesn't know. I'm
It's
saying
probably his
outright, no
family.
one deserves to die. No one deserves to die. But when you put your hands on somebody, all bets are off.
It's
All
probably
bets are off.
his
And I know an
family. That's
abusive
all
person
that.
when I see one. Yeah.
Yeah, he is
But
definitely
you know what
abusive.
happened? You know what else had? They said, so I don't know if y'all seen the new one that came up where the two guys attempted to rob the pregnant girl and she came out shooting when they
Oh yeah, she shot
pistol
the.
whipped the baby
No,
father.
I'm gonna give y'all a situation that happened just right here in our own community. My friend that I used to work with, her name is Tiara.
We're
She
not
works at the
giving
social service
names.
building.
We're not
Oh,
giving names. Oh my
Bruh,
God.
can
right.
you hear me? Oh, I'm sorry. My
That girl will
friend who works,
give names.
I will no, but listen, she made the situation possible.
Everybody names.
She
She
works
giving
at the social
everybody.
service building.
Yeah.
Listen, she works at the social service building on Ricestown Road as a security guard.
Not. Do she still work there?
Listen, it just happened yesterday.
But we're not doxing nobody. No, we can't. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Listen, the guy came in. He was already on one. He was screaming and hollering and acting a fool. She
Yeah.
was subsequently calling the police. He runs back in the building, jumps over the counter, and tries to attack her. And I mean, he was squaring up on some I will beat you. She was about to shoot him because she is an armed security guard. She was reaching in her waistband, but something told her no. She just picked up a chair and blocked herself from him. He kept coming at her, kept coming. Grown men were standing around. No one did anything. She picked
Mm-hmm.
up the chair. She was holding it, one of them little chairs with the square legs that go
Mm-hmm.
around. So
Yeah.
she was using that as a barrier between him and her. He was so aggressive, y'all. He took the chair, slung it, and almost was about to hit her. And right when he was about to swing on her, the police came in and they tased him. Why, when the police tased him, everybody got an outrage now? Why would y'all tase him? Why would y'all tase?
Why ain't
What the
nobody help
fuck do you
her?
mean? I'm gonna send y'all the video to the
Why?
messenger box. I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
show you.
Send it to me
He
and I'll
was
put it up.
so.
Send it to
Hold
me
on.
and I'll put it up.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm about to send it to you right now. Hold
Why
on.
nobody helped her? Y'all made the most noise when the police came, but nobody bothered to help the girl. So y'all was gonna sit there and let her get beat up, and then at the end, after he done tore her up,
But
y'all was
that's
going,
but see, and that is how these white
oh my,
people are winning over us and winning cases over us because we defend that bad behavior. I still cannot get out of my head that the lady in the back of the movie, the one that we were talking about with the man who punched her, he told you. What did he tell me? To shut up? I swear, we as black people, we can be bullies sometimes. We can't be racist, but we definitely can be bullies, and
true,
we do things to each other and dare each other to shut up
right?
or don't say nothing and take
Don't
that
say.
shit.
Yeah, I literally saying that. I just seen a video on Instagram where the kids was in the classroom, and that's exactly what happened. The girl was telling the girl to shut up, and the girl wouldn't shut up. She took a belt and went across the girl's face.
Yep, and that's something that probably happened to her at home or
Oh,
something she saw at home.
I said,
I'm
what?
trying to
Shut
figure
up!
out
Shut up!
how can you play it? Cause
It just send it to me.
hello,
Yeah,
the one I want to show you is too long for me to send. The one that I
where's
just
it
sent
at?
you, it's on
Where's it at?
TikTok. It's on TikTok. Oh, I can post the link. Can I?
Yeah, you can post the link.
Hold on, let me give you the link.
That's crazy though. People are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But
They
that's what they
are.
were saying when they said 2 in 1 week. So because of the pregnant girl, they was already talking about the mother and son, and they was like 2 in 1 week. We is sick of y'all. That's what everybody kept posting. Like, leave people. People need to just leave people alone. And they were
Yeah.
saying like the pregnant girl, the guy. It was two guys. They pulled up on a pregnant
Play
girl to
the
try
link that
to
I
help,
just sent you, Nate.
All right, hold. Give me a second.
and they walked up on the baby father and pistol whipped him. And when they went to go pistol whip the baby
She
father,
shot his ass.
shot his and she shot him. And people was in the comments like, they is tired of, we is tired of y'all robbing us. We is tired of y'all bullying
We
us.
tired. We tired. We are tired.
People are really tired of the bullshit. Keep your hands to yourself. If you got mental health problems, go ahead. Have them all day until you decide to get help. But keep your hands off of people because people I know I'm at a space and I've never had to deal with any relationships where I had to fight, but I grew up watching family members. I know friends and shit that have gone through physical relationships, and I do not play that shit.
Right.
I have a zero tolerance policy for putting your hand. I don't care if you the man or the woman or any pronoun in between. I don't play that shit. Keep
Right.
your
Me
hands to
neither.
yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. Because
I'm
I'm
trying to.
definitely that person that steps in it in public. I don't see how people are so quick to jump on a phone. Sometimes I have to remember that I have a phone when I'm in a situation. So
Right.
my first instinct is not to get on the phone and create content.
Right.
I'm gonna
Right.
say
Exactly.
your shit before I create my own shit.
Right.
But
You
people
can get
trying to
on the
go
camera.
viral so bad
That's the
that they
wrong way
will
to
do
do it.
anything. People will do anything because they trying to go viral so bad.
Yeah, that's the wrong way to do it though.
I sent it to you. I don't know if you can play it.
You want the one from the link or is the
Yeah,
video the
the
same
one
thing?
from the link. The one from the link. The video is just a girl talking, like breaking it down. But you can play either or. The video, the link is 4 minutes long. The video only 1 minute. But to get the full idea, you can play either one. It don't matter.
Y'all not talking?
Oh, I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah. So
We was waiting on
um
you.
Hold
But
on, I gotta download it.
to
I
get
was
the
looking.
context of the video, my friend is the one that's protecting herself. I know her very, very well. We used to work together at the daycare. Very nice individual. She actually lost her mom.
Oh.
Her mom, she loved her mom. Her mom was subsequently shot by somebody that she was renting a room out to.
Oh.
The guy the guy didn't like some of the things, I guess, the rules that her mother had set down, and he subsequently ended up shooting and killing her mother. Totally unnecessary. I think he
Oh.
ended up getting off. I'm not for sure. I know he went to trial, but
You
I don't think
know,
he got convicted.
something similar happened to my stepfather's mother. She was renting her rooms out, and she decided to sell her house. So she gave the people that she was renting the rooms out ample enough time to, find another place. Well, it got down to the last week, and one of the guys decided that this is BS. I'm not moving. So during the days leading up to her, getting the house together for them to, put it on the market and everything, one day he went in the basement and he ran the water so the basement would be flooded.
Oh,
And
that's just
then
trifling.
another time he went and lit turned the gas on all of the stove and tried to burn the house down.
Oh my
So
God.
yeah, they had to end up calling the police and he got a warrant now. They had to end up calling the police and get him out of there. He refused to leave. He just did not, was like, you gonna sell the house. But she gave them ample enough time. Like I think she knew she was selling the house in March. So she told them within plenty enough time. But the other thing was she was selling it because he had not paid rent. He was only paying $100 a month and he was $700 behind. He hadn't paid rent for like the last
See,
couple of
that's what
months.
you see. People
So
are
he
so
was like
rude and
7 months
nasty.
behind, and he got upset because he was basically trying to say like, you putting me out, you putting me on the streets and all this other stuff, but you weren't even paying. And then for her to even let you go that far alone,
That
seven
long. Exactly.
months without doing anything, but giving you ample enough time to let you know, hey, this is what's gonna happen. This is plenty enough time for you to figure it out. I think because his issue is he was probably upset because he had gotten used to not having to pay. That he knew, once I leave here, I'm gonna have to actually start paying. I'm gonna have to find
Hmm.
somewhere to stay, and I'm actually have to start paying. So I think that ticked him off. Yeah, but he did a lot of stuff to her house leading up to her selling the house to try to, mess up her
To
sale.
derail her. Yeah.
Yeah, which it was just going to delay it. It wasn't like it was just going to actually like, oh no, I can't do anything with it. It was just going to delay the process. That's all
Hmm.
that was. But yeah, that was
Just so he
crazy.
could live somewhere for fucking free.
Just so he could live somewhere for free. And people are crazy. People are like
People are psycho.
that's one of the reasons why. So me and David had a conversation, about the plan. Once we, go ahead and buy a house, we were going to stay in it for 2 years, and then we're going to turn around and rent it out for a little bit. But I keep going back to all the bad stuff I hear about renting, and I'm like, I don't want the burden of that. I just don't want the burden of all.
But you have. I mean, just like the renters have the law on their side,
You have the law on
you
your
have the
side.
law on your side. So if people don't typically wanna, they don't want to pay, they don't want to afford, they don't want to go and do things the right way. Make sure the house is legally able to
Hmm.
have renters, and you have the law. I mean, the
But
law is equally
Florida is a
split.
little bit harder because they got water law. Well, that's the other reason why she couldn't put him out because he had squatters' rights there.
Yeah,
That's why.
but you still can get an expose, and you have to go through the process of getting them to vacate the premises. It normally takes like maybe up to 3 months, but it that's
I
3 months that they would have been out.
wonder is it better? Like I see most people now, and I don't know if it's better or worse, but I hear a lot of people, that end up buying. A lot of people that I watch that be flipping and stuff on YouTube. I watch a lot of
Airbnb
YouTube
a
buying
house.
stuff.
Airbnb it.
No, I was getting ready to say, I wonder, is it better to do Section 8? Because you're going to get paid no matter what. Is that correct? That's the way.
No, Section 8 people be fucking up your house too.
Not
They just
not
fucking up
all
your
of
house
not always.
in the long. Not all of them, but yeah, it's
It's
most of them.
yeah, but not even. I mean, I don't like because there are a lot of people who live in Section 8 who you would never know living in Section 8.
Right.
It's just
Hmm.
it's normally
What I'm saying is
environmental.
the way they say it is like that you're going to get paid no matter what. That's the best way to go.
You
Is
gonna
what
get
I.
paid no matter what, but that person has you have to make sure that that person's in good standing. Like
Yeah.
you
And then
can even
they have rules and shit too when it comes to their shit. You gotta have your house up the pole and all this shit gotta be up the coal. So it's kind of like the same thing. But I get it. I mean, why don't you try to Airbnb your house after 2 years?
They said the Airbnb is the market and the way the Airbnb going. I don't know. I'm in. Well, I got
Is your town more like a vacation town? Is it a
it
place
is
where
it is
it's accessible? Well, then
it's
yeah, I would
vacation.
Airbnb my shit.
It's more it's way more vacation because since school has been out up north, I have seen the beaches are flooded now. Like it was empty before
here go the
school was out.
video.
Okay, yeah. Can you play it? I can't see it. Put the screen just on you, Nate. Oh, you can't really hear it. So you see him coming at her? Like that's her
Yeah.
with the red hair.
Uh-huh.
He's coming at her. Like, so she decides to grab a chair to protect herself. And he was still coming at her.
Passing everybody else, all the other security guards coming at her.
Passing everybody else just coming at her. Because she called the police on him.
Is that the police, the one right there that's tasing her? Or is that other security?
Yeah, that's the police. The police tased him.
Okay.
But you can hear the outrage.
Yeah. But wasn't nobody really doing, you know what I'm saying? They was just kind of like, I don't know. People crazy.
I mean,
This
I'm trying
happened
to
yesterday.
understand. Like, did they want to just let the man fight? Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck was
I
he
think
supposed to
that's what
do?
they I think
He
I
was
feel
already
like
up there going off. They say he was already in there going off anyway. So they was telling him he needed to leave because he was in there. I don't know if that's the 1 minute video or the other video. But
This
anyway,
is the longer one right here.
in the longer video, in the beginning, you can see where he was at first throwing chairs and everything, and when he was walking out the
And you
door,
said
he
this is
seen
social
This
her.
is
service.
the
This is
this
social
is him
service on
from the
Racetown Road.
beginning.
Social service
So look
is
at him in the beginning. Look at him in the beginning, how he's throwing the chairs, pushing shit around, just angry.
okay. So social service is all right. That's where you get like the EV, where you get like
Girl,
EBT.
you know what the fuck social services is.
No, I always get social service and social security mixed up.
Social service is where you go get your food stamp.
Okay.
There
I'm
you
just
go,
trying
right
to figure
there.
out like why he getting angry, because I was thinking of social security, like he might
I
have
don't
been
know
mad
why
'cause
he
took
got
the
angry.
benefits. Because I've seen people in social security like get upset when they don't get their benefits or stuff like that. So
It's the
that's what
same. It's the same premise. Like I worked in social service for a very short period of time.
now I
And
can't get
that
social.
happens a lot.
No, but some of them people can be nasty. I've been in social service before. The one up there off of Harford Road.
Yeah.
I've been in that one before, and them women up front, and I can't say that it's because, and a lot of people say, oh, you got to think about them being in customer service. It's the experience they got before you. But I had bad experiences too, even on the phone when I was in retail. I don't pick up the phone and take it out on the next person and say, what you want? Thank you for
Well, is
calling.
there
So I
so?
can't give them a pass.
Well, see,
And I ain't
it
even do nothing.
happens.
If I'm coming in there and I'm like, good morning, how you do? Put yourself
Right.
right. Take a number. Sit down. You got to do this. You can't do, like, I don't
They're
like that. Don't
very nasty.
Very nasty.
Very
Very
nasty.
nasty.
I've watched like I was the when you come in, I worked at that one on North End Harford Road. So when you first come in there, you stand in that line. I used to work at that
Mhm.
first desk, like the intake person.
Oh, the
And
intake,
I've
yeah.
watched I've watched like it normally was one or two, it normally was two people at the desk. I've
Yeah.
watched and I still remember this lady on three different occasions being yanked across, and this is a high desk. I remember
Yeah.
her being yanked across that desk on three different occasions because somebody will come in there and they may not know like all the stuff that they need. Why didn't you
Right.
look this up before you came in here? I remember that first day that she got yanked. That's what she said to the man. The man was like, "Miss, I'm out of work. I'm just trying to get my some assistance for my children. That's it. Can you just tell me the things that I need? Well, can you just move over so we can help the people who know what they want?" This man
Oh,
yanked
see now.
her. He with one hand he grabbed her by her collar and yanked her
I would
over
have yanked
the.
their ass too.
And
Because
I
it's a
said
way
to
that
her
you can
after
speak
they
to
cleared the
people.
space out, I said, "Miss, all you had to do was just ask me to do it. Like I could have gave it to him. You saw me. I was helping another customer,
My
and I
house is
kept telling him, "Hold." I said,
going
"Sir, hold on. I'm gonna help you." And she kept talking to him
bad.
like that. But when you go in
Bad.
those spaces,
They
they don't know how
nasty.
to talk to people.
Yeah, my mother is
They act like they're cutting you
getting
a personal
paid.
check by
Okay.
being in there.
I swear to God they do.
Don't come out here.
It,
Yo,
it,
yo,
it
my
is.
mother trying to come out in these streets, but she keeps going.
I could see if it was just one or two times, but I've seen several times. I've seen her get
Several.
yanked across that desk.
Because
And
they
like,
mad.
Miss,
They
you
think
don't
you
need to be the
nasty.
first
You don't
person that
have
people
to be.
see.
Right, but you don't have, that's the
Yeah.
other thing, you don't have to be. Even I've even seen like like my grandmother, for instance, when my grandmother had a stroke, she went to that same office to try to get some
Hmm.
assistance. And the lady, but she went by herself. She told us after the fact. Otherwise, the whole team would have been up there, and we probably would have ended up doing the same thing. But she went up
Yanking
there
her
by
ass.
herself. She walked on a cane. She had my grandmother walked with a limp because of her what's it called? So she couldn't work anymore. My grandmother was she was like a housekeeper. She would work for white
Hmm.
people out in the county, clean, cook for their, little families or whatever. She had a stroke, so of course she couldn't work no more.
Right.
So she went up there to try to collect, benefits. And the lady, before she even did anything else, she filled out an application. She took it back up there, and the lady said, she said the lady sat there and told her. Now my grandmother was probably about 60 then, went right up there and told her,
It don't look like. I don't think you. Oh, how she put it? She said, I'm not understanding the reason why you applying for benefits. I don't see anything wrong with you. You might just be faking with that cane.
Mm,
But my grandmother told
yeah.
us everything. My grandmother was heavily in the church, and she was very Christian. So to her, she just kind of passed it off. She sat down, but she said she said my feelings was hurt because I'm not doing anything. I've never had assistance in my whole entire life. I've never been on any type of government assistance. But she said her feelings was just genuinely hurt because of the way that she was talked to. She had never been being
But
talked to
I
like
bet
that.
you in that
And then the
same,
fact,
in that, not this one, not the one on Harper Road, but I bet you that one on Ricerstown Road, when them Jewish people come in there, they don't talk to them
Mm-hmm.
like that.
they don't talk at
And I'm
all
not
because
Nope.
they
saying,
be in there
I'm
with a
not
team
saying it,
behind.
but right, but I'm not saying it may have been their fault that that man reacted that way. But typically, somebody has said something slick.
Somebody.
And typically, and especially those security officers, they really be thinking, like, I need for you to just become a regular police officer because the job that you have is securing a state,
Right.
not demanding people stand in lines. I need you to get on this
Right.
line on this
That's what
side.
I
And
say.
sometimes people just, they've never been there. Sometimes people are a little distracted because they really don't want to be seen in those places. And you
But
talking to them like that will throw them off. I've seen people get thrown off before. And it's
like they
just,
TSA workers.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
like
Take your shoes
go
off.
conduct traffic or something. Like, you, this
You
the
can't
wrong
bring
place
that
for
in here.
you.
Uh-uh. Dump that baby bottle out. That baby bottle can't be full. You can only give her one.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, like it just be but it's because it's hard to it's hard for me to get angry at videos anymore because I don't know what happened
The
before.
contact. Right. You don't know the
And it's hard, and I hate those spaces. Not saying that your friend deserved it, but I'm just saying sometimes those people be really on 1,000.
Well,
If
I
you
think the
already have people
conversation
coming in
is
there and they talking to them any kind of way, and I know,
Well,
especially for a man to walk in a space like that, it got to be a little off-putting, and he probably
right.
off already. So
Right.
right.
that's crazy.
But I think the conversation, the way Black Rose was more trying to say, is the outrage of the people, but they stood around and basically was getting ready to let her get her whole
And did
tail licked
nothing.
across up and
Right.
through there and did nothing. But
It's
when
the
the police
selective
did
outrage for
something,
me.
when the police did something, it's like, oh, the police are doing this to us again. Here we go again. The police, the police.
Because had she
But
taken that gun out and shot him, then she would be the person. Oh my God, she shot him for no reason. She should have just called
Hmm.
the police. She called the police. They decided to tase him because they could have shot the fuck out of him
they
They could
sure
have shot
could.
the shit out of his ass.
They
because he
sure
was
could.
definitely acting erratic.
And ran
He
it.
definitely
And
was
he was
going
using
after
them
her.
cheers.
If
He was
you can
using
look at the
cheers
video
as weapons.
closely, he picked up, he went across the
Yeah, he
fucking
jumped
desk
across the death.
like he was motherfucking 21 Jump Street and was ready
Hmm.
to attack that girl.
Right. Yeah.
The video is so, it's so heartbreaking and to see, and she was just crying her eyes out
Aw.
yesterday on Instagram.
I probably wouldn't have returned. I'd have been like, you know what?
They
This
probably
my
gonna switch her to
early.
another location.
This my 2 weeks early. See y'all. I'm gonna
But
go ahead.
that can't be the first time that she's dealt with that. I know it's not the first time she's dealt
I
with
know
that.
it's probably not the first
Oh,
time she's dealt with that, but I guess in the capacity that she's dealing with it, like how
she
he
should
was
have
so
dragged him like that
aggressive.
daggone. She should have dragged him like that McDonald's worker when that white guy went to grab that girl and she was
Period.
like, they was like she was a boxer or her family. She came from a family of boxers. She should have dragged him across there,
Yeah, but in
tore
those
his head
situations,
up. I
sometimes
bet you would have sat down.
when you in fast food, you get that. But in those types of environments, it's hard to really dictate somebody's next move. You don't know what they got
Right,
in
right.
that. I remember, I never forget
Or
working at the
outside.
Popeyes. I worked in the Popeyes at Emerson Village, and we were used to people coming in there sticking us up, and we had a certain attitude towards it because it didn't scare us anymore. I remember one
Mm-hmm.
Sunday it was packed in there, and this man came in there and was like, "I need the money and the register." And my reaction was, "Sir, come on, it's too many people in here for this." Like,
Just
it's
go
crazy.
ahead. We don't got time for this right now. Rush
This nigga pulled out a grenade. I said, you know what? I'm
For some
done.
food.
At this
I'm
point, I
fucking
just had a
done.
whole fucking restaurant. Matter of
This
fact, come back here, take all the fucking chicken in the deep fryer,
Look,
take out every fucking thing, because I'm tired.
right.
I would have went off.
Nathan,
I would have went off.
I
I
done
would have
just
like,
went
just
out the
blow me
bed.
up then. Just blow me the fuck up. Because
No,
I'm
it was
tired
too
of this
many.
shit.
It was too many people in there. It was too many. It was a Sunday.
I,
You know,
that's what I
Emerson
can ready to
Village.
say. I'd have pulled one of
Listen,
those church
sometimes
moves.
you
I'd have
gotta go
pulled a church
off on
move.
people to have them, letting them know, like, I'm about 1 second from
Yeah, yeah.
snapping.
But if he had a gun, because it had happened so many times, I think that would have been our attitude. But this nigga pulled out a grenade. That means, bitch, that's not gonna hit
Where he
one
get a
person.
grenade
That's
from?
gonna hit a grenade.
Where did he even get a grenade from?
That's all we have. That's
So
all
you willing to blow
the
us
police
and
came
you
in
up?
there.
You willing to blow us and you? Because we all going with the grenade. Because where you gonna
That's
do?
what the police said. The police kept asking him, "Where did you get this grenade from?
You
Where did
gonna
you
blow
get it
us
from?"
and you? We all just going down. I want my life. Fuck the chicken.
A
I was
grenade.
that was it. I moved out to the one out Route 40 after that. I said, I can't, I'm not doing this shit no more. My life, I was too young. I was probably like 18. I was like, I'm not doing this. I don't have to deal with this. I'm not
That's
dealing
the
with this
one
shit.
where. That's
Not
the
a whole
one where.
grenade.
That's the one where me and the old man I used to date. That's the one where he was actually getting ready to shoot this daggone girl in the driveway, which turns out to be my
The one
husband.
out Route 40.
No, the one that you're talking about, which turns out
Oh,
to be, which the girl turned out is funny because I was with my ex-boyfriend, the older guy, because this girl just had a bad attitude in the drive-through. But it's funny because later on, when I was telling me and my husband was trading stories, come to find out the girl that my ex-boyfriend was getting ready to take out was his girlfriend at the time.
oh, it's you. It's you. Clearly, KD, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
You're the problem. You're
The
problematic,
girl
Thank
KD.
you. You
had
got water.
it's
Leave
not
me
the
alone.
girl had a very bad attitude. She was playing. First of all, she was playing around in
Real
the damn
bad.
drive-through. She was talking and playing and talking in the drive-through. She's sitting up there. We like hello. She's sitting
What
up
y'all
there
talking
talking.
about?
KD was creeping one day with her old man, and
I
they
was
came across somebody playing in the drive-through.
I
At
was not.
McDonald's?
I was not no at the restaurant that Nate worked at. I had a bad experience. The
Hmm.
daggone girls, they always playing in that daggone drive-through.
Yeah,
And I at the time I was dating the old man at the time. Come to find out later on when me and David got together and got married, we was trading stories. Come to find out the girl that he was getting ready to shoot, that my ex boyfriend was getting ready to shoot, back then I wasn't dating my husband, but it was his ex girlfriend.
allegedly.
It was his girlfriend at the time. It was his girlfriend at the time.
I told her,
So
Black Rosa, she's the problem.
I'm not. The
She's
girl
the
was
You
common
just now
denominator
realizing
in all
that.
these
You just
stories.
now realizing that.
the girl was playing.
She
They was
come
playing
across
at
so
the
wholesome
drive.
sometimes, Black Roses. She
She
tries to
trying to
come
play
across so
out
county
with his.
downy.
It's a lie.
I'm not the
You're
problem.
not. You're
Listen,
problematic,
well, let's
KD.
talk about
I'm
Very
now.
much.
no.
Very much.
Listen, let's talk
At
about.
least
I am
Black
so
Roses says she the problem.
I
Very
am
much
calm.
so.
I have came to a calm because when I tell you that I almost set it off up in Popeyes yesterday, I'm trying to tell
See, you
y'all
the
I was getting ready
problem.
for a
So how did you
Medea
come to a
in
calm when you
Popeyes.
just set it off in Popeyes?
Right,
I said
exactly.
I was getting ready to pull a Medea and take everything and drag across the counter. Because first of all, I come up to Popeyes after I've been starving because I've been in this training and all I wanted was a little sandwich. A little sandwich. That's all I wanted was a little sandwich. I
Well,
sat in this drive.
that's the problem. Why would you go to
I
Popeyes for a sandwich?
sat
That's the
in
problem.
this
You
drive.
asking for trouble.
You could have went to
I
Chick-fil-A and got that
sat.
same
You
sandwich
could have took your ass
without
to
the
Chick-fil-A.
hassle.
That's what you get.
I
Without the
wanted the
hassle.
new black. I wanted the new black and chicken. I wanted to try the new black and chicken
See, that's
sandwich.
it. That's
That's
what you get.
fat.
I
That's
sat
fat.
in this drive-through for 20 minutes, sat in this drive-through, and I'm thinking they just backed up because it was cars in front of me. So I'm thinking they just backed up. No, they wasn't backed up. So I'm sitting here, and I finally said, you know what? Hello, hello. Nobody answered. I pulled around to the front to go in. 3 chicks are sitting in front of the store on the curb having a conversation, twirling their hair. All of them got Popeye shirt on. They sitting on the curb. So that already pissed me off that when I can't run the drive-thru, that's the first thing I see is these 3 chicks sitting right there, and they should be in there doing something, sitting up there having a
Not
conversation,
something.
twirling
That's so
their hair.
elitist of you to doing something. You're so bougie.
So I walk in the Popeyes. It's nobody in the Popeyes, but it's people back there working. I happened to look and set my eye on who the person was supposed to be running the drive-thru. He got the drive-thru earpiece sitting up on top of his head. He
was on the
leaned
break.
back. He leaned back on the damn refrigerator on his phone like this with the headset sitting on top of his head. Not on
He
his
was on
head.
break, girl. He got tired
It
of
wasn't
your
on
shit.
no daggone break. So everybody was on break because 3 of them was sitting on the daggone. Now it was only about 6 or 7 of them that was in that whole
They got
Popeye.
tired of people coming there for fucking sandwiches and they sell chicken. They got tired of making fucking sandwiches and they supposed to be swinging chicken.
They sick of your shit. They
When
sick
I
of your
tell
shit in
you
that
the-
community.
When I tell you, if I was a cartoon, if I was a Looney Tune cartoon, the fire, y'all would have seen the fire
She
come
was-
from my head when I
Oh,
put
the
my
fat lady.
eye.
The
When I
fat
put
lady came
my
out of her
eye-
yesterday. She said, "Bitch,
When I
I am hungry," and you.
I was. Nate, my stomach felt empty. I was
Rasputia came out of her yesterday.
So
I
look,
want my fucking sandwich, and I want it.
so
I
look,
want my
I get out
sandwich
of-
and I want it
I
now.
want my
So
sandwich now.
Girl, I was hot because I jump out of the truck and one of the girls that's sitting there
Oh, she
on the
bougie.
curb.
Yeah, I jump out my truck.
One
so
of the girls
bougie.
was sitting there on the curb going to talk to me, talking about,
Ooh.
they ain't answering the drive-thru. Bitch, you know they ain't answering the drive-thru. You know that's the reason why I came up in here. You know they ain't answering the drive-thru. Leave
Rasputia
me alone.
came out.
So
When
I'm
I say
going-
Rasputia,
No, listen.
Rasputia was
No,
in full
listen.
effect.
So I go in
I
there,
want my
and even though
sandwich,
my
and I
eye,
want my-
even though my scalding eye is on him because I'm mad because he's sitting here with this thing on top of his head and I said hello about 13 times. Even though I'm giving him a scalding eye,
She went through all this for a sandwich, Black Roses.
I started thinking about myself and customer service, so I brought it down. I said, I'm gonna calm down. So I waited politely. I waited politely and I started bringing myself down. And then the guy finally came. He said, "Can I take your order?" I gave him my order. But then I went back up because I'm sitting here waiting for my
Because you had
order.
to wait for them to make it.
No, it wasn't the fact that I had to wait for them to make it. It was the fact that they had me sitting there for 15 freaking minutes.
Rasputia came out, baby.
Oh, she is pissed.
She said, "Norbit, bitch, if you don't get my sandwich."
They had me waiting for 15 minutes, thinking they was making my food, to walk up to me, ask me what I ordered, and then said, "Oh, we don't got no more." I will tear this place up.
Oh, she was pissed.
Oh, Rasputia
I
was
will
not playing
tear
today.
this
Let
place.
me find out. You got an inner fat lady inside you. She said, "Give me my sandwich. I want my sandwich now."
Oh my God, Nate! Why did you just say it like that?
She said, "I want my sandwich now. Get my shit now." No, I want my
the
sandwich.
bread. We gonna talk about we only
Get my
got
sandwich
fillets.
there. I want my sandwich there.
I want my sandwich now.
Gonna
No,
sit there
I
and
want
say,
my
you know,
sandwich.
he gonna sit there and say, I only got
Oh,
filet.
she was low.
If you don't peel the bread off of this fillet and batter it with some season and put my sandwich, you better put something black on this fillet.
She said, "I want my sandwich now. I came here for a sandwich, and I'm not leaving here without my sandwich."
Cause I calmed down after I realized it was only 3 people that was actually there. I calmed down, but then y'all brought me back up when y'all had me waiting for 15 minutes. Ask me what my order was. The person that put in my order gonna ask me what my order was.
Oh my God! You know how the Nutty Professor swelled up? Like, yes, she swelled up. And then her house dress came on. Her curly wig came, everything.
I was getting ready to turn it to Medea. I was getting ready to tear that whole place up. I was going to take that cash register and slide it across. I'm going to tear that place up. They better be lucky I ain't had my purse.
I've been sitting here for half an hour waiting on
You
my
know
thing.
what? I am a person. I am a firm believer. I am a
I'm
firm
sorry, you would
believer.
have had to hit me because I was being that bitch last hit
I
in your
was
face.
a firm. Listen, at this point, that's when
Oh
I
my lord.
realized.
I've been
Hold
waiting
on,
for half an
listen.
hour. I need my sandwich.
Hold on, listen, because
I'm leaving with
it
something.
was at that point.
It don't make no sense on
It
your
was
sandwich.
at
He
that
ain't
point
doing
that
no
I
work.
realized. It was at that point that I realized that KD did not need a gun, because that's the first thing came to my head. What would happen if I was to pull out my weapon and tell?
Ooh.
Don't
Oh.
make me a sandwich. I'm gonna shoot this place up right there.
I realized that KD did not need a weapon, because that was
Nope.
my go-to instinct. Like, if I'd have went up here and pulled out my weapon, like, somebody better give me something, I'd have been sitting in jail all that fast because of some chicken. Because y'all just played me. But I wasn't even as bad. It wasn't just me, because another lady actually went up there and she snatched the bag. She went up there and snatched the bag. Like, I hope this my mother food, because y'all been sitting here talking. They back there. She went off. She took and snatched somebody else's
Popeyes,
bag and went off.
unlike every other fast food place, Popeyes can bring a part of you out that you didn't know that you had.
This lady
I
snatched
I've
somebody
seen some
else's
shit.
bag. The man went
Yeah.
to grab the bag from this way. She walked up behind him and snatched the bag and said, "This better be my mother effing food," because they've been talking for 20 minutes and I've been sitting here.
She said, you gonna put something between this fucking bread. You gonna put something.
I don't give a damn if they put
Restricting
fries
out of
in the
you.
bread. I'm trying to tell
Popeyes
you.
just has that. Popeye has that effect on people. Like it can
And then
definitely
And then
put
the
you
bad
out of
part about
character.
it, after I got my little fake little food that I didn't want, I come out the store and the three girls are still sitting on the damn curb. And one of the girls got an audacity to have her little boyfriend pull up, sitting
Oh,
out
she
there
was off.
talking with
She
her
was
little
off work.
boyfriend. She wasn't no off. She wasn't off because one of the girls, the girl that asked me, "Oh, they not answering the drive-through." Now she said, I heard the reason why she was sitting at the curb. She said her shift didn't start to 7 o'clock, but I knew that the other two wasn't off, because when she realized that the drive-through was backed up, the one that was sitting out there that asked me why wasn't they answered, she actually came and it did something about it. She said, "If y'all don't clear these customers out," and she walked out there and she asked the other two girls. She said, "Y'all not working? What are y'all doing?" We packed in there, and the other two girls came in, which showed me that they was on the damn clock. Because otherwise, they would have said the same thing that she said was, "My
They was
shift
like,
don't
when you left,
start
they was
yet."
like, that fat bitch, she wanted a sandwich.
A
Her
fat skinny,
greedy ass.
a whole fat skinny bitch. I sure was a whole fat skinny bitch, because I was mad as
Mm.
hell. I was like, "Oh," I said, "I wish," because I know that ain't your boyfriend.
So
I know that bitch.
now we know how to get KD hood. Now we know how to bring KD's hood out.
Don't play with my
I
food. That's
see.
all. Don't play with my
I
food. That's
see.
all you got. Don't play with
You
my
want
food.
KD to
I
fight? Fuck with her food. Okay, I see.
don't mess with. I am a fat girl on the inside. Do not mess with my
That
food.
shit made me giggle on the inside. But you gonna put something between this bread. So we've been on this thing for 2.5 hours.
I hate that
I need
Popeye.
for you all to explain to these people what the next few months are gonna look like.
Yeah, so we have officially decided to let Black Roses go.
Ah!
Shut up.
Ah! Get to stepping.
She
That is
caused
too.
she caused too much. She at all the events wanting a whole meal instead of eating a little snack. We let her go. Always. No, okay. So Black Roses, you want to explain? I like when you talk. Give that explanation. Go ahead.
Explain what?
What's going on after this show?
What's oh
Oh my God, I'm done.
Let me explain
I
it.
ain't coming back.
So the
KD
IMC
not coming back.
podcast is going on a brief hiatus for the
I
next
was about to
few
say
months. They will be re-premiering for their third season starting in October of 2023. Through the next couple months, they will be doing some posting and going live directly from the pages, preferably Instagram. So
And
you'll still see them throughout this time. but
Have you
they'll
looked
be back
at
in
doing your
October.
event?
Esther will be doing some events. Um, we'll be doing some events because Katie will be up here for August. So we'll plan something for IMC to go live in August. So we're gonna try to do something where people can come out and do something live, and laugh and joke. So we can bring out old ladies because we have a lot of old ladies and fellas that listen to this show. So we're gonna come back in October officially for season 3. And that will be a big event because they'll be going live from the Shake and Bake on October the 14th. I'm sorry, October the 14th. They'll be going live Saturday, October the 14th, from 12 until 4. They'll be going live. We'll be having a day party in celebration of Black Pride, at the Great Shake and Bake. And I can't say who's being honored yet, but we have a special. I went to a nice bougie dinner last night where we talked about what's going on. So you'll see a lot of rolling out. So I'm She Podcast will be one of our media partners. I hope they'll be posting my flyer
Yes,
throughout
for
the
sure.
next couple months. But that's going to be the first official comeback.
Come
October the
back.
14th. Saturday, October the 14th will be the first official comeback for the IMC podcast.
And you,
They just got all this information while y'all got it, but this is the information that they
yeah,
getting.
I'm saying it
So we're
right
gonna. So I need for first I need for you to write it on your wall. I want you to write it big as on your wall, Black Roses, so you don't forget. But I need you to take
October 14th from 12 to 4.
12 to 4 will be live from the Great Shake and Bake for a Black Pride, official Black Pride event. It's going to be really good, really spectacular. I just talked to a really great food vendor because now you can bring in your own food
there.
at Shake
Ooh,
and Bake. So
your
it's
black and
just
chicken
great.
sandwich.
Huh? You said
No,
what?
they gonna have no black and chicken
No,
sandwiches.
we won't. We will not. We will. I'll get you a black and chicken sandwich so Rasputia does not come out and mess up the Black Pride event. If you did not know, Baltimore has a regular Pride, and we have Black Equity Baltimore, which is Black Pride.
Now
Um,
in my days before marriage, I had another side to me. So I'm just hoping you don't have any
oh,
extra because I just told you I'm a ghoster. I just thought about that. I'm a
oh, there's
ghost.
gonna be some pretty ones. Just leave hubby at home because it's not a hubby event.
I
So
ain't talking about being a puppy. I'm talking about the people I ghosted for
oh
Black Pride.
we're trying to pack this event out. I don't know if you all know the great DJ Tommy Davis. He was the official DJ for Buns on both Friday and Saturday night.
Okay. I've
He's a
been there a
house
couple times.
music uh, guru, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be our official DJ for the night. We have some entertainment. We're gonna have plenty of vendors. A lot of gay shit going on. Uh, and of course, I'm She Podcast will be there. Um, Representing. We will be honoring a number of individuals throughout the Baltimore City area, so please come out for that. And then just for IMC Podcast, just look out for posts and lives, some upcoming, maybe some secret events, because these ladies are about to get real spicy come October. And what a great event to jump off y'all new spicy format. Can y'all
Oh,
tell
that's
us a little
true.
bit about your spicy format, or did y'all
That's
forget that?
No.
So can you tell us a little bit about your spicy new format?
The spicy, it's not really spicy, but we're just gonna be more
or adulting,
we're gonna do more adulting. So if
unfiltered.
you are definitely triggered by words and things, then this won't be
Can you tell us some
Then,
subject matters?
we're
If
gonna
you are
definitely be
not
in.
comfortable within your sexual preference, if you are not comfortable within your sexual self, do not tune in.
Mm.
But we still want you to.
Yeah,
So,
that
because you
part.
might learn some stuff.
Because you might learn a couple things.
Yeah.
We might be featuring some new toys for the week.
That was a cue right there.
Will someone demonstrate those toys?
No, absolutely not. No
Okay.
demonstration will be had.
I might can find something.
Mm. Out of
We
control.
won't be we won't be doing any XX rated things, but there will definitely be some talking going on in this
That's
thing.
how other show, Mask On, Mask Off. If you looking for some demonstrations, that's the show you need to tune into.
Oh, no,
I want
no.
to be on that show. Nate is not trying to put
I
me
don't
on
think
mask
you.
on mask
No,
off.
I'm not saying that I don't want you on there, but you will be asked to come on there because there will be subject matter where you are involved. But it's primarily a safe space for men of all sexual orientations that are a part of the kink or
So what you
fetish
want to know?
or sex work.
I want to be a part of this show. I need to be host. I need to be a co-host or something. I need to be something on this show because I am very much into men. I don't know why. Lately, I have been very much into men being in tune with their sexuality, what they like, because I feel like we always make the bedroom about us. Why can't
That's
we
you dating
also
them light
indulge
skinned
what a
men though.
man wants? Like
That came
I
from you
am.
dating them light skinned men.
I never dated light skinned men. Always the darkies.
I didn't see you with a light skinned man in that theater that day.
I mean, you mean a dark skinned man?
I was light skinned, dark skinned man that day. He was light skinned. And
I
you know
never.
them light skinned men, they get down with the get down.
You
Well,
know
look at
what?
her. Don't
Surprisingly,
let
it's
her
the
lie to
darkies
you.
for
Look
me.
at her, son. Don't let her lie to you. She had a thing for one light skinned. That's
Exactly.
probably
Look what
why she don't
happens.
like light
Credit is
skinned
true.
men. That's probably
Exactly.
why she don't like light skinned men. I just put two and two together.
Mm-hmm.
I just put
Mm-hmm.
together.
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Is that why
First
you
of
don't like
all,
light skinned men? I just put two and two together.
I don't
Cause
like light skinned men because they too prissy.
I don't
But
get
they're in
that.
tune. They're in tune with their feminine energy.
But anyway, yeah. So we're gonna have some interesting topics to talk
Yeah,
about.
we're gonna definitely have some interesting things going on
Very
this show.
open. We would love for everyone to tune in and continue to follow I and She. We coming back with something a little spicy, something a little new, something a little different. And we want you guys to participate, not participate like physically,
She's
like
speaking what
call.
she's speaking her heart. She's speaking her heart.
Not participate physically, but like
Uh-huh.
call in, call in.
That was a
Tell us,
Freudian slip.
tell us what your likes are. Tell us what you're
Mm-hmm.
into.
Let me
Talk about
find out. You and Bay are what they call it recruiting.
we definitely not
They like
recruiting for
upside down
that.
pineapples on their
Ah,
door.
Definitely not recruiting for anything. We got one person that's always on standby. We definitely not recruiting.
ooh, not one person. Did
But
they travel? Did they
Not y'all got
travel?
upside down pineapples on your
one
door.
person always on standby. But
Oh yeah, that is the symbol, the upside down the pineapple.
This is a
but
conversation that I wanted before we go. I had a
no, it's time to
conversation with a
go.
friend. Wait a minute, let me just say, I had a conversation with a friend, and this is real quick. And we were discussing that him and his estranged wife had a threesome, but the threesome was with one of her very, very, very close friends, which she practically called her best friend. And I
Oh,
said to him, any grown woman that I know never let another friend, if she's a friend, touch her husband. I said, women are so territorial with their husbands that
I'll tell you
I
what that
couldn't
is.
let another person that I call my friend, that I look at her face every day, she look at my husband's face. I don't think I would be okay with her having sex with my husband. I
So
wouldn't.
two things could have happened. The one that we would always think about, it wasn't her idea, it was his idea. On the
Actually, it was hers. It
second
was
side,
hers.
right? On the second side of that, she's sleeping with her friend.
Thank you. That's what I
why
said.
you trying to mess up these people home?
It's already
Messed
messed
up.
up. She said
Thank
it's
you.
straight from the beginning.
Straight messed up.
But I
Mhm.
So
mean,
listen,
you
we
being
were
messy.
having the conversation, and I tell him this all the time. I say, no real woman, and by a real woman, I mean a real ass woman, will allow her homegirl, who she sees on a daily basis or a weekly or whenever, and her husband sees her, will she ever allow him to sleep with her friend?
Unless it was
Unless
his
one,
idea.
unless number one, she's already had sex with this girl outside of you,
Yeah.
or two, you had to bring it up, but you didn't bring it up, which means the latter is the truth. She's already did this with her
Yeah.
before. Because
And I'm
if
not
not,
necessarily even saying
I
that.
said what would have been the ultimate deciding factor is if when they got in that bedroom, she wouldn't have felt some type of way, or they energy, you should have looked at their sexual energy together, what that looked like.
Yeah.
Cause I'd be damned if KD walk up to me and say, "Can you have a threesome with me and David?" Bitch, you done lost your motherfucking mind.
I think
Speaking
about it.
of speaking of
I
Black
think
Rose,
about it though.
they have been having a conversation. So
Girl, stop playing with me.
I sent
That's
the
just
text
like
messages.
I said. That's just like if
I understand.
But I'm saying typically, and I'm being transparent. I have been, because I've been planning for the other show and now your new show. I've really have engulfed myself into that Twitter universe, and there's a site called Fet Life,
my
FETLIF.
mama keep calling my phone. I'm so sorry.
So because I've engulfed myself in that, I've been meeting different people. So I've been learning a lot. And again, I always tell people I have 7 uncles. And so I've seen everything under the sun. And my uncles, they would unanimously say to us right now in this conversation, either she is trying to keep her man and he brought it up, so she going along with it, or she's already either sleeping with that friend or they're fucking other dudes together.
Right.
That's the only other options you have, and she should be ashamed of herself if she's fucking around like that and trying to introduce
You
people.
know, the thing is, she they had the conversation about having threesomes previously, and he said that they had, he wanted to try to see somebody else, because with this particular friend, this is how I also know that she was fucking with this friend, because they didn't do it once, they didn't do it twice, they did it 3 different times with the
Maybe
same
she
friend.
is. Maybe she bisexual, and that was her way of introducing her husband to the
That's
real
what
world.
I was saying. I said that too. I said maybe she just wanted to experience what it was like to be with another woman sexually, and she enjoyed it. I said, but
Mhm,
instead of her telling you that, she came up with this bogus ass story to
mhm,
feed you, because she didn't know how to tell you, hey, I'm into women. I like girls.
right.
So also on top of that, they had another encounter with a different woman, but when that woman was more in tune with him, she didn't like it.
She didn't like it.
Yeah,
See,
she didn't like it.
so
And I
that did.
said that lets you know right
Yeah,
there, she like bitches. She
yeah,
like girls.
yeah.
She's bisexual and she don't know how to explain that to you.
And you are her
Yeah,
transition.
but you don't give her. He might not be giving her a comfortable enough space to explain it to you because
But
That's
you
what
it's
all.
I
not.
said. I said that too.
But it's not. It sounds like it's not about it being a comfortable enough space. It's her not feeling comfortable
Comfortable. Yeah.
herself,
Yeah.
Right,
Exactly.
even
Exactly.
expressing that she likes this.
Yeah.
right.
And
Yeah.
I typically see that behavior in women who are very homophobic,
Who
who
are
are
very
really
homophobic.
anti LGBTQ, because this happens with the men as well. You see
Right.
those people who are so anti, so I hate this, so against it, and they have these desires that they can't have out loud or in public because of how they spoken publicly about things. And
Right.
it's for me, you need to live your life for you. I've been in those relationships. I'm coming out of one of those relationships where I cannot sit around and wait for you to get comfortable with who you are. And I'm not saying you need to be that day one with me or around me, but I'm at an age where right now I don't give a hell what nobody thinks of me. And I know that's not everybody's story, but I need for you to at least be on a journey to being comfortable with yourself, because then you start playing games like this. So now you're fucking up his stability, because now y'all in a committed relationship, and you're now allowing somebody to come in your man's space and play in it. You playing in that man's space like that. This how people get killed. Not
Right.
justifying it, not saying it's a right good thing, but this how people get killed.
Right.
Yeah. And
Because
that's
And I
in
subsequently
his
what it
mind,
was. You know, like,
mhm,
he had come to terms with the fact that this girl is somebody that you are interested in,
yeah,
and instead of you saying these things, you are now acting like a child by acting out, by acting crazy, and not wanting your marriage because you want to go explore this being a sexual person.
But do you think if she was on it, do you think from the person, because it sounds like to me the guy is your friend. So do you think if she expressed, that she was more interested in exploring other alternatives with and without him, do you think he'd be open to that, or would he just feel
I
like,
don't
oh no?
know.
probably
I asked
now
that
he
same
broke the
question. The
trust.
answer was no. The answer was no.
He broke the trust. If he finds out that
Yeah.
he's dealing with that woman outside of them, she's broke that trust already.
Yeah, he's already broke that trust.
It all
Be it
sounds
man,
so
be it
like
and
nigga.
with other men,
Oh, you
and like I said, she
Uh oh.
knew that the girl had a boyfriend,
hey
and I
Tamika.
said, well, then that also could mean that her and the girl could have possibly did a threesome with the girl boyfriend.
Oh, true, true,
We got to think
They
about
could
that
be
option
saying-
too.
but
true
they could be
story.
with him as well. If they're doing it like this with her boyfriend, I can only imagine, because if he was in on, if the other boyfriend was in on it, he would have joined them.
Yeah,
True,
he would have joined them.
So
He
this
true
sounds
story.
knows.
like the
I
two of
said that the
them.
other boyfriend has to know. He has to know.
He probably don't though. Women hide. Women. That's what when I hear women talking about stuff like this, women hide these things way more than men do.
Oh
Men
yeah,
just assume.
absolutely.
Men
See,
just
some women are afraid, like just how men are afraid of being judged. Some women are very afraid of being judged by their peers because of what they like sexually.
True.
A lot of women don't open up about their sexual thing. You have to be one of my very, very close friends who I know you gave me a secret, I gave you a secret, and you not gonna tell it.
would that friend be someone like a Tamika? Because Tamika's on here.
Hey, Tamika girl. It don't have to be a friend like Tamika. It could be
So
KD. I've
I
expressed
was
some things
scared.
to
I was
KD
scared about
before,
this
even
perspective.
with KD, like not to tell her business, but when she was a part of the community, she never once asked me, "Oh, can you have a threesome with me and my significant other, with me and my girlfriend, or me and my dad?" You can't. She never asked that,
Oh, she
and I
said,
said
"Wait,
it's all
what?
about
Wait,
it's
what? Did she come into?"
huh. Wait, what?
This is a precursor to the next season of I Am She podcast. So put your seatbelt on.
Yeah, put your seatbelt on. I Am She podcast is about to take you in a whole nother direction. But
All
I
right.
think that women are so uncomfortable with their sexuality. It's a lot of women out here who like other women, and it don't necessarily mean that you gay. It could mean you just bi-curious or you
Back
bisexual. You don't even have to be bisexual. You just might have want to be bi-curious and you just want to see what it's like to be with another woman.
but
But
It's a lot of
I
different.
need that same energy for men though.
Yeah, I do. I keep that same energy for men. I keep that same energy for men. If a man say I like to be
She's
pegged, but
like
I'm not gay, but I like to be pegged. Oh, okay. Well, what we gonna do?
I am freak fuck. Ah,
I am Freak Podcast. Damn.
it's still I Am She, just
It's just gonna be I Am She Unfiltered
unfiltered and after dark.
and after dark. New
We can do it in
hours,
the
new
daytime.
time.
We can do it in the daytime. People freak in the daytime.
People freaking daytime too.
'Cause I've been sending a text message while we was on here.
It's just, a lot of people are just so afraid of who they are they're afraid of coming out to their community. They're afraid of coming out to people that they know to say, I like with kinks. You know, even with me, I've figured out my kinks and what I like. You
Oh,
know,
what,
I figured out what gets me going.
what kink? Oh, wait. That's a better question. What gets you going?
Let's say that's let's save that for
No, we got to give them something to feed
let's
on.
say that.
What's the kink? What's the kink?
I just have a kink.
You like feet.
You know, I don't like feet. I don't like feet.
She
But
like
I do. I like to be.
She like midget porn.
That's me. That's me. Damn, I gave it away.
I found you. I found some. I'm gonna send you some.
Not midget porn.
Listen, I got a midget. I got a midget fetish. KD has a midget fetish.
And I heard that kinks are hereditary.
I already said that before.
I heard kinks are hereditary. So you gotta think about which one of your parents like midgets.
Oh,
I'm about to go ask my mama. My mama down at the pool. She said, look, my mother just came to the window. My mother just came to the window with a 2-piece on. I said, you better not get up in this camera. They went down.
She said, oh shit, let's get ready.
She went down to the pool with them kids. I'm about to go right down to that pool in front of everybody and say, Ma, did you have a midget fetish?
Never midget fetish. So
y'all crazy.
What's y'all kinks? Y'all gotta.
I would say, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I would say if it's hereditary, I would say it came from my father rather than my mother. I honestly would say my father. I can see my father being because he be sending me some stuff on
I don't
Instagram.
know. I don't know who would mine come from. But one of my kinks is I like being a sub. I like being a sub. I like being.
So that would be your. So understand, a kink is
One.
something.
It's
So,
a part of one of the things I like to be.
So a kink is desire, is something that you either want to explore or something that turns you on. A fetish is something that is required.
Exactly. A kink.
You have
my kink is being a sub.
Mm.
Have you been a sub?
I have.
Okay.
So how do you define sub?
It's I don't know. See, I don't know if I could do. I don't know if I can do it being a sub full time, meaning like, all day long. Like, can I, master type thing? But when it comes to a
little part time, a little,
only at night when it's about to get a little risque. You know what I'm saying? A little risque.
Cheese steak or coca.
I fucking hate her. I can't stand her ass. Cheesesteak or coca. You know I like a little good chicken cheesesteak.
You just read my mind. What about a chicken cheesesteak?
You know I like a little good chicken cheesesteak. I had one last night.
Oh, little green peppers, onion.
No, ew, hell no! Don't put no green peppers on my shit.
Green peppers.
You know a good way to eat your cheesesteak from now on, Nate, on pita bread. Get that shit on some pita bread.
I don't want that dusty ass bread.
Listen, it'll change your life. I haven't eaten my cheesesteak the same ever since. Get a cheesesteak on pita bread. That shit is so fucking good.
Put some bread and powder together and eat it.
It's so good. I'm telling you. A cheesesteak on pita.
So what we're not gonna do is take this joke and run with it. So
no, we're not.
Your kink. Do you have any fetishes?
I have a fetish, and this might not be. I mean, you can make your fetish whatever you want to be, but I have a thing for men with big hands. Like, oh, Tamika, I'm going to fuck you up.
He calling it out. Can you save that for October? So, Tamika, send that to my. About in October.
See, the thing is, only person that know that is you, and you are so wrong. You are so wrong. But when I pop out, when we pop out, it's gonna be a problem. People are gonna be like, "You've been what?" But yeah, like.
Does that mean you like the PP?
What you mean?
Is that the majestic sauce?
No, that's not what that means. It's a whole. You got to take that word and just think about something that deals with that particular word.
I feel like she had a sexual experience with some cheese.
Let me try that.
And
she like facials.
No, I said I have
Yeah,
a thing. My fetish is big hands. I have a thing with men with hands, big hands. It turns me on. A man with big hands just does something to me. I don't
Mm.
know what it is.
You
Hands
know what
are.
it is. You know exactly what it is. So, what is your fetish, Miss KD?
I knew y'all was coming to me. I'm just trying to figure out. See, I just got so many things that
It's so much. So,
I
let's
don't
go
fit
back to
in any
memory
particular box.
Rolodex.
Let's go to you. What's your fetish, Nate?
Nate,
Me?
right?
I don't have any fetishes. I'm a virgin.
I don't have a
It's
particular
lies.
one.
What's your kink? What's your kink?
I don't, and I'm being honest. The reason all of this stuff is coming up is because, especially for me, and I think for black men in general, it has never been a space for us to really explore who we are. You know, I
Mm,
still, in my mind, if I'm with somebody, I have to, if I run into somebody, identifying them as my friend, because that's the thing my mother used to use. Until she was married to somebody, you were her friend.
you my
I
friend.
do that too.
So I have to get certain verbiages or ways
Right.
of thinking out of my system. And I've decided that this year is that year to kind of be more expressive in terms of what I want. And not, whether I'm with somebody sexually or not. So it's never been something comfortable for me.
Mm.
And that, I mean, there's some stuff behind that, but again, a lot of that was, me finding comfort, not necessarily in me, but in other people, feeling that
Mm.
feeling of being protected. Not like if I'm dealing with, say, a woman, and if I express to her what I like, she's not gonna go when she mad at me and tell everybody, or that happens to black men. So that's why I said we need the same energy for black men that we give grace to for black women. We definitely
Mm.
need that, because me and Tanil, I said Tanelia, Tamika have had this conversation. Like things that, we may like in somebody, having that same
What are you
great.
talking about? Black roses or Nate? Who you talking about?
Don't try to divert the question by getting deep. Right. You like to be
No,
spanked and
but
whipped. Come on, spill it. Spill it. You know what? I
no,
was gonna let him do his song and dance, Tamika. But after it was all said and done, nigga, you better open up your mouth and say what you
no,
like.
but
You got me out here
I'm
spilling my tea. You
being
better
completely,
spill yours.
I'm being completely honest.
Tamika, you get where I'm coming from.
No,
I like the whole song and dance.
I
I
was,
like the whole hoopla. But
no,
baby, what's the real tea?
no,
Cause we
no,
know you like
it's not.
something. It's giving a little spanked if you ask
It's
me.
not.
But okay,
People,
but okay.
people assume that I'm a very sexual person, and
I
that is
ain't say you had to be,
not
but you like something.
fair.
Something get them gears going.
People
Something get them
assume
gears
that
going.
about me.
A little
So,
kiss on the neck, a little
uh,
something get them gears going.
but I'm being completely transparent. Like sex has never been
Mm.
a comfortable thing for me. It's never been comfortable, and it was how I was introduced to sex. It was not comfortable. So
Mm.
it never has been a space of me really being able to open up. And this year, I just said to myself, I'm not getting any younger, so I need to either explore this or just go
I
look
think I figured it out.
there. You said
I
what?
think I figured it out.
What he
I'm just
like?
listening to Nate. I'm just resonating in it, and I just figured out. I think Nate is. I think he likes a toe sucker.
Oh,
I
well,
can see him liking a toe sucker.
You think he like his toes sucked, or you
first
like
of
he
Yeah,
all,
likes to suck
he
uh,
like
toes?
his toes.
yours
So I
would
can
have
see
put
him being a toe
your tips
sucker.
on
I can see
me.
him liking a toe.
He giving throw a little whipped cream on my toes and lick it
Like,
off. He giving that. He
me,
gives throw whipped
I
cream
couldn't
on
do
my
like
toes, suck
nothing.
it off. He
No,
give he give lick on my belly button.
no. First of all,
It
I
gives
don't
lick
need
on my belly
to
button.
love
It
me.
gives if you throw the right thing on.
Mm,
Mm.
Cheesecake.
You know what Nate
Cheesecake.
gives? Nate gives me be in the bathroom for a little rendezvous and let's go
no.
back out here act like we don't know each other.
Uh-uh.
That's what Nate gives. Nate
No.
give let's go in the bathroom, be some
I'm a
nasty low down sluts, and
I'm,
act like we don't know each other when we go back out here.
no, I'm a germaphobe, so nothing like that.
Mm-mm.
I,
It gives.
and I
I
honestly,
think it's
I am pushing myself to explore more and really put myself out there in a different way. But I'm deciding to do this in a space where which everything is being filmed, and so I'm that side of me is like, no, we can't. I'm not. But people are not. They're not. People want what they want, so they're not really concerned with what you want. So I'm living in that space, and this is a different. Had I did all this in my 20s, maybe things would be different. But right now is just a weird space to be in. With being sexual, because you got to deal with diseases and baby mothers and baby fathers, all types of shit. So
So back to
I'm
co-sign,
wanting
because
to be more expressive.
I just can see you. I just feel like this is the one. This is the one.
Everybody who says something like that, like people just really assume, and I think because I flirt a lot, people just take that as sexual identity, and it's just I flirt. I'm the person that will
I'm
tease
a flirt.
you.
I'm a flirt.
Now I'm not. Am I? If have I never? I'm not saying I've never had sex before, or I haven't never done anything risque before, but it takes a lot. And if I'm mentally in that moment, that's what I'm feeling. Hey, I mean,
So
again,
you
but I've
open to,
been in relationships too. So you can do something
so
with
you
somebody you're in a relationship with that you wouldn't necessarily just do randomly.
Mm.
so you open to anything.
I'm,
Just do it. You
We've been on this show for 3 hours.
I'm not. It's not. I can't really say I'm open, but it just has to be the moment when I
open.
normally allow other people to express themselves. So I haven't really found those things that turn me on yet. Because I don't.
Mm.
Most people are not good at sex. Y'all know that.
You know why most people are not good at sex? 'Cause they just doing it just to get what they gonna get and leave it alone. They don't get
That's
the
what he
fulfillment. They
said.
don't get the
That's
intimacy.
what he
They
said.
don't get the vibe. They don't get the whole. hmm
That's what he
Mm,
just said though. He said people are about themselves. He just said that.
It's
I,
a wham bam, thank you,
I
ma'am, and let's go about our business.
will tell you where, but then everybody on here gonna know, so I'm not gonna say where.
Or where what?
We'll wait till you come back in October.
Where what? What you saying? Where what? What was the you gonna say you gonna wait to what?
Nothing done. So that's what Tamika said. No, we gotta wait till we come back for season 3.
Well,
Y'all,
But that's just a preview of
y'all
what we like and
well,
what we gonna do, what we gonna talk
make me
about.
think.
it was a great show. We will see you guys in October.
This is a bittersweet
But y'all can still
moment.
share this show. This show is pretty long, but y'all
But
can
it
still
will be taste
share.
of this conversation for the next couple months. And they're planning a boudoir photo shoot in October. So Tamika, get your photographer dude, Mr. Penis on Facebook, get him ready.
This is the
'Cause
penis.
they need him to do a photo shoot in his socks. Tell him bring his socks.
Hey, stop. Wait a minute. You talking to me?
You gotta follow him on social media to get it. Oh, we
Wait.
got Miss Peaks on the line.
Oh, thank you.
So close out, ladies, and
Hi.
not bye.
I
Sorry.
said
Don't
hi.
Are you
don't
watching
forget.
porn? I think Black Roses is watching porn.
I'm watching
Don't
Twilight.
she watch herself on OnlyFans to see if her last video
I'm
turned.
watching Twilight, first of all.
So
That's the Tamika. We gotta get them ratings up. She go book so Tamika book him for August for them.
First of all, that ain't gonna turn into that milk because I ain't touching that thing.
Oh, you know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
see, y'all not giving me clues. Do I need to bring Aquafina or what?
Y'all
Do I?
you need to book him as a guest.
Mm.
So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, especially share this very last show so everybody can know to tune in come October. Please make sure you guys stay tuned. We will be posting and posting and posting to make sure you guys know that I am she will be back. We will be back. It will be spicy. It will be good. We're gonna make you tune in. We are gonna make you, even if I have to put Black Roses in a photo shoot with just pasty
it will be good.
Oh, she let them
For
titties hang
those,
out. They
for
go
those of you who are interested in black roses and pasties, just send me a message. I'll make sure we get that out there
they
come October.
cash app in the message. So make sure you put the cash up in that message.
Okay, and that's on period.
Thank you guys for tuning
Yeah,
in. If you want to be a guest to talk about some of the topics that we plan on talking about in October, you
oh,
can hit our
he should be the first
podcast.
guest, Black Roses.
Huh?
He should be the first guest.
Who?
Mr. Photographer, Mr. Photo.
Oh
Photographer guy.
gosh, no.
He'll definitely keep it spicy.
He'll talk about what he
Okay,
like.
let's do
How
it.
he like to put his thing out there in public.
That's fine. Let's do it. It's a conversation. It's open. Let's do it.
Wear his sock. He gotta wear a sock at all times.
I ain't gonna be there. This is virtual, so he can wear a sock wherever the hell he wants. But
They said Style Lounge is gonna be the stylist for the shoot.
Absolutely.
Mm.
now it's spicy. What you got for us, Tamika? Because it's a little spicy.
Oh,
I'm
she
trying
got
to get.
some spicy.
I'm trying to get body.
Come through, Spice.
We need you to eat a couple more of those chicken sandwiches.
Bye.
Yes. Oh, I got my photo shoot. I want the one by myself. I want the chicken sandwiches surrounding me, and I want to hold them like this, or kind of lay them across me, the chicken sandwiches, and then I just kind of
You like food porn.
Disgusting.
and
Disgusting.
then my chicken sandwich just kind of lay open like this. Me and my chicken
Oh,
sandwich.
wow. Ooh, with the nipples out. Okay.
Ah!
Okay, and then
Okay.
But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for showing us support and
With the
for
nipples
liking.
out. We can't put that on there.
Don't forget, we'll be back in October, so please don't forget us, and we will see you guys soon.
Bye. We miss you. We will miss you guys.
They're not going nowhere.
Not they not going nowhere.